Guys, welcome to Cleveland Moto Podcast number 389. Light them up. Mine's pre-lit. So,
nice.
There you go. No special guest tonight. Just the standard crew, the 6 idiots and 6 microphones that we're very used to. My immedioso left. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Spanish, immedioso left. Right.
Something like
sure.
that.
Okay.
I don't remember. Oscar?
And to his left,
Steve Sleevey, and I have a question. How did you orchestrate an English guest and you got the Queen to die on the
same day? Yeah,
that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
This guy Charles sent me a message. Yeah, I
do it Thursday.
Yeah, he told me he's been unemployed for 73 years.
Oh, and he wanted the job.
Yeah, he's been living a life of Riley for 73 years on the government's teat. and really felt guilty about it, so he wanted to step up.
Gotcha.
Take one for the team.
King Charles.
That was impressive, though. I thought that was really impressive.
It was crazy when I'm at the fucking pizza shop picking up the pizza, and I look at my phone. I'm like, "Well, Queen Elizabeth died. Oh, having our English podcaster is now going to be so much more relevant. We're gonna look like we're cool.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Topical, even.
Topical. Yeah.
I didn't score points with my wife, and I'm like, she should have stepped down a little while ago.
Well,
you know what? You wrote it out. You went out on a board. Like, why not step down like 10 years ago and let your son become the king, and you get to watch and mentor him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You wrote it right into the ground.
Yeah.
I wonder if she knew something about Charles we didn't know.
Well, that's what my wife said. She said,
I like all the...
She didn't want him to have it.
That's what Diana says from her complex up in the top of the mountains looking down at the whole situation. Yeah, that's it.
I just like how
She's just in hiding.
The sausage fingers are coming out. They're all talking about his sausage fingers.
Really, because that's where you're going.
That's relevant.
All right, fair enough.
Sausage fingers.
All right, cool. All right, and to his immediate left.
Dan Krupke, and I got a question for Chris Smith. What's the difference between souse and head cheese?
Well, a lot of it is spelling.
So how many letters?
17 sideways. I think they're essentially the same thing, although the South, I think it's more of a Cleveland thing.
I'm cringing a little bit just thinking about eating some of that.
Yeah.
Well, it had nice spice.
It was good spice, yeah.
And
It's good spice.
It's locally made.
Mm-hmm.
It's harvested on Cleveland streets.
Woof.
Wow, good luck finding any brains on Cleveland streets.
There's plenty of squirrel.
Lots of squirrel, extra squirrel.
Yeah.
We know it's not human.
According to the interwebs, it says souse is actually just a type of head cheese. When head cheese has vinegar, it's considered souse meat.
Oh.
There you go. Da-da-da.
Bada boom.
The more you know.
And to Dan's immediate left,
The answer man.
the man who brought the souse.
I'm going to probably go on record as saying that was not cooked at all.
Oh, no, it's fully cooked.
Didn't taste like
I said the same thing.
If you say so.
I would describe that as not so much head cheese, or the texture my mouth would relate to that would be paste.
Yeah.
Somebody said pate, and like pat B maybe, pat C, but not not pate.
Not pate.
Not pate. And then to his immediate left,
John
McElfresh. It was pretty funny today.
Excuse me, everybody.
The audio
Sleepy,
guy. Yeah.
Sleepy's trying to tell me something. What are you trying to tell me?
Bring the mic this way a little bit.
Make that. I mean.
Well, now your pie hole's in it.
Oh, you want me to like?
Now he's making a statement.
Okay.
Gee, the guy...
Is that good right there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Listen, there was a guy complaining, and there was a reason they complained. It's because you took your headphones off and you weren't talking into the pie machine.
Okay.
Into the hole of pie holes.
You didn't hear this horse shit from last week.
No, you didn't. You missed out. Yeah.
Listen harder next time.
We have to fight later.
No, we had a podcast listener who felt like he didn't get his money's worth.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. You got short.
So, interestingly enough, though, last week we brought
What did
up...
I even say? I don't even think I talked on the last podcast.
Well, that was the
I
problem.
wasn't even here on the last podcast.
No, that was the point.
He said he couldn't hear you.
Right. Yeah, he couldn't hear. You weren't here and he couldn't hear you. Yeah, fair enough. One of our podcast listeners, and I have to say this name right because I want to give him the respect he's due.
Okay.
But we had a listener come in today who happened to This is one of those ones where somebody buys a bike and in the process of buying a bike sees the rig and says, "You guys do a radio show?" Yeah, I do a radio show. And you go, "Where do I find it?" "Oh, it's on AM 1220. No, it's a podcast. What's podcast? Well, it's a thing we do in our mom's basement. Yeah. And so eventually he became a listener. He became a listener. And that's always scary. Yeah. So from when he discovered the podcast to when he showed up today, he brought a bottle of Crown Royal.
Oh, nice.
Crown Royal.
Very good.
He listened to the right
in
podcast.
the little blue velvet bag and the whole deal.
Oh, sure.
Crown Royale.
Royale
Well, it
with
has
cheese.
cheese. Yeah, it's exactly. It came with no cheese, so and that's the metric system for you. But yeah, it's on top of the fridge right now. So he brought us. But his name, I love his name because one of my favorite callbacks in the history. His name is Swedgen.
Swedgen.
Cocksucker.
You old cocksucker.
Yeah. So every time.
Hell on Wheels. Watch it.
No, that's
Oh, wait. Nope. Not Hell on Wheels.
not Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Deadwood, yeah.
You're Deadwood.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm confusing the two.
Yeah, that's Woo. And if you cannot bring yourself to watch an entire series of Deadwood, just watch the episode called Woo. Because there is an episode that's just called Woo. And how I want you to watch this particular episode that's called just Woo, as I want you to drink a shot of your favorite beverage every time somebody says the word cocksucker. I don't care if you're drinking 3-2 beer. You're going to be blarneyed by the end of the fucking episode.
Damn.
Woo is probably my favorite character on the series. The series is called Deadwood. It's fantastic. If you missed it the first time it was out, watch it again. And just remember, though, that every time you hear the word cocksucker, you must drink a drink.
So doesn't Woo have a little pen of pigs where they
Yes.
throw bodies in?
It goes back to that Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, a.k.a. Snatch, like never trust a man who keeps pigs because they go through bone like butter. But yeah, Swearingen would be the lead antagonist in the film, in the movie or the TV show. And so Swearingen.
What nationality is Swearingen?
Swearingen's Irish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Swearingen's Irish. And in the show, he's Irish.
That
So
Deadwood
he's
is
Irish.
not the spin-off of Doctor Who, right? Wasn't that it? I didn't remember
No, that was
hearing...
Torchwood.
I didn't remember any cursing at the...
No, not as much cursing
Who.
in Torchwood.
Oh, Torchwood.
How long
Yeah.
did Torchwood only lasted for like a...
Not long. It
like
didn't
a
last
couple-
long enough.
like a couple
Yeah,
seasons.
Torchwood didn't last long enough.
Hell on Wheels was the Swede. I like the
I was going to
Swede.
say Hell on Wheels is a spin-off, an unlicensed copy of Deadwood.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Hell on Wheels was hit at the right time because all of us were having Deadwood, withdrawal.
Yeah.
And then Hell on Wheels showed up and we're like, it's not the same, but it'll do. And then they brought the Swede out as being the absolute lovable, well, not lovable, he's not watchable bad guy.
Bad guy you feel bad for.
I never felt bad for him. I just felt like
Like when they tarred and feathered him.
still not enough. That guy was a fucking monster. So yeah, tarred and feathered. He got off light as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, for real, that's a thing, and that happened. But in the world of motorcycles, for anybody who cares, we're gonna start light. We're gonna start by going into the world of motorcycles with just a fucking rant, and I need to have this rant because I'm having some issues. All right, I'm having some personal issues, I guess.
Who's fucking you now?
No, yeah, exactly, right. So
On this episode, who's
right.
fucking Phil?
Who's fucking Phil now, right? So you guys, even if you're not Vespa cognoscenti,
Okay,
right?
up comes the Justin Bieber bike.
Yeah, right. So even if you're not a Vespa person,
You saw the Bieber?
man,
Sorry.
man,
Too soon?
man, oh man,
That's a raw.
oh man. So Bieber,
Oh, fuck.
fucking Bieber, right? Fucking Bieber, fucking
Are you a
Biebs.
believer?
I'm not a believer. Not even close to being a believer. No believer here, my friend. No believer at all. But here's the thing that I want to bring up, because this is where...
We might have to Belieber that out.
Yeah, we might have to believer that out. Yeah. Let him fucking have it. Yeah. Let him have it. I don't want. Oh man.
Got him riled up.
So here's the way it
Hasn't said
goes.
anything yet.
Here's the way it goes. This is it, right? So this is the way it goes, and I'm just gonna say it because we want to fucking say it. This thing, right? It strikes out on 3 levels. It strikes out in 3 directions before you put his name on it. Wow, how is that even possible? Okay. Here's how. Here's how it strikes out on 3 levels before you put his name on it. First things first. I don't care about your personal taste, your religion, or your social commentary. Vespa Sprints don't sell well. Why? Well, you can't see from this picture, but a Vespa Sprint has a trapezoid-shaped headlight. That goes back to year of our Lord, 1964, when Vespa decided to spice up its offerings. And on the Vespa GL, the Gran Lusso scooter, they put a trapezoid-shaped headlight on it. They put a trapezoid-shaped headlight on the Sprint. They put a trapezoid-shaped headlight on the Vespa Supersport. Now, these were all Vespas that were advertised with a sort of a sense of like a little more performance, a little extra spice on the meatball, perhaps. And as you guys know, I'm a fucking fan of a particular model of Vespa called the Vespa Supersport. Now, Sting rode a fake Vespa GS in Quadrophenia.
Yep.
And if you listen to the words of the song, I ride a GS scooter with my hair cut neat. The GS scooter is the high watermark of Vespa ownership, right? So up until the Supersport came along in 64, 65, the GS was the bike you wanted to have. Even into the 50s, the GS was it was the first Vespa to have 10-inch wheels. It was the first Vespa to have a lot of things, but the GS was the high watermark. When the Supersport came out in Europe in the mid-60s, it was technically called the Grand Sport Supersport. Another situation with Vespa just being totally cocked out of their brain when it came to naming stuff.
GSSS.
The SS.
3 S's in a row.
The Germans got excited about that.
GSSSS, if you say it right. GSSSS.
That stands for
It came with a little
Right, yeah.
ribbon and stuff.
Okay, right. So not that long ago, Vespa decided to bring the trapezoid headlight back, right? Bring the trapezoid headlight back and reintroduce the Sprint, right? Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that because they have this very strong selling platform, the 150cc called the Primavera, which, you know, if you know your Vespa history, the Vespa Primavera was a small frame, a small frame, a little bike. And the Sprint was a large frame. But it's okay. We don't need to remember all of our history. We'll just remember the important parts that are relevant to us. And so the Primavera and the Sprint now are the same exact frame. Okay, fair enough. The difference is the headlight, and there's slightly, and I mean slightly better springs on the shock absorber on the Sprint if you believe the color matters, okay? So, 1, Sprints don't sell well. If you're not sure if Sprints sell well, call your Vespa dealer right now and ask them how many Primaveras they have left. They'll tell you 0. And you say, how many Sprints do you have left? The number will be probably higher than 0.
You should probably have him deliver you some more.
Yay! I'd like to delete the one I have. So this thing about the Sprint's always being a little tough to sell. Well, then Vespa comes out with this new TFT display. It's not a touchscreen, but it looks like one. Mm-hmm. So it basically looks like an iPhone sideways, and that's your speedometer now. Mm-hmm. And it comes with Bluetooth connectivity. Well, I'm going to preface that by saying extraordinarily limited Bluetooth connectivity because it can't do what you think it can do.
It doesn't have a stereo.
No, it doesn't.
So why do you need to connect Bluetoothedly?
And it doesn't show you a map on the display either. So why do you need to connect Bluetoothedly? Oh, so when you're getting a text message through your little headphone communicators, you can press the button on the handlebars and skip to the next text message or skip to the next song that you're listening to on your Bluetooth headphones. But then, of course, is assuming that you're wearing Bluetooth headphones while riding a motor scooter. Fair enough. Right. Okay, so problem 1, it's a Sprint. Problem 2, it's a TFT display-equipped Sprint, which instantly brings the price of the bike up. Now, to bring you guys who are looking at the price right now, $65.49, a standard Primavera is $54.99. So this bike had better be at least $1,150 better than a standard Primavera. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. That's especially when you talk about the percentage of the cost of the vehicle.
And that's,
right?
That can buy a lot of performance and accessories.
Yeah.
For other one.
Yeah. And I guess their concept is it can pay for a lot of watts of electricity using your heat gun to remove all the Justin Bieber off this fucking bike.
White has never been considered a premium paint color either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have fail point number 1, it's a Sprint. Fail point number 2, it has a TFT display, which automatically pushes the price of the bike up an extra $400 more than people want to pay for it. And fault number 3, white grips, white floor rail rubbers, white passenger pegs, white floorboards, white seat, white mirrors. Everything that your crusty little dick beaters can get their paws on, or your shoes that contain things you step on and step through, can be tarnished and fucked up looking, and your bike will look like rat shit after 5 minutes.
Why didn't they put white tires?
White walls.
Well, they put white walls on, Dan.
Yeah.
So it's got white walls.
Oh.
Right. Because I don't think anybody's making an actual all-white tire right now. So here's the bike. Here's the thing.
I want
It's
to
the
park that
Justin
in my
Bieber.
yard and blow all the grass on it. When
So, and then the last thing, the ultimate kiss of death, is putting Justin Bieber's name on it. Right?
Yeah, that's the worst part.
And so I'm going to go around the table, and I'm going to let you guys have a second to think about it. I want you to tell me what is the first thing that comes to your personal mind when I say Justin Bieber. Because this table, the people sitting around this table, have bought a lot of fucking motorcycles in the past 5 years. So we are what they would call a target audience. People that have money to spend and spend money buying two-wheel powered things. Fair enough. So when somebody says Justin Bieber to me, my first thought is manufactured fame, right?
Yeah.
I do not see him as being uniquely talented. He is not a guitar virtuoso. He is not a particularly awesome songster. He does not have a great voice. He doesn't cover 5 octaves. Like anybody, from David Lee Roth to you name it, can outsing this guy, right? And he does not come as a package. Like when you go see a band like...
he is a package.
Yeah, well, when you go see a band like the Foo Fighters, you're going there to see Pap Smear as much as you're going to see Dave Grohl,
Grohl, yeah.
right?
Well, let's put it like something comparable.
So he's a manufactured... My thing is he's a manufactured artist.
100%.
right?
But they're even in that genre, like a Bruno Mars or somebody
Yeah.
that actually might have a little talent to him, even though that he is a
I
manufacturer.
disagree, but yeah, I disagree strongly.
He has, whatever. I'm not a fan of his, but like I've heard him sing. He's done jazz with people and he's pulled it off.
Okay.
Like he's an actual singer.
Right.
Yeah. This dude is
Nah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
like even in his
Fair game.
genre.
Yeah.
Or genre.
Yeah, genre. Yeah, right.
He is
right.
like
So
low man on the
I'm
totem
going to the point where I've never heard a Justin Bieber song, and they have infected my ear holes. That I've been like, wow, this is a good song. It's well written. It's well orchestrated. Like the design of the song is great. The music's great.
Why didn't they put a sound system in it? I mean, come on. You can buy on Amazon a $30 little nodule that could have been buried in somewhere.
I was going to say,
and
for-
one single little speaker that you could. I mean, it wouldn't have to
For
have been great.
$200, you could have put an MP3 player on this thing that the Bluetooth system controlled.
Yeah.
That would be on anytime you turned the bike on, and would have a subwoofer under the seat and 2 little piezos up on the mirrors of anything else. But the point being, this is an audio recording. This is a recording juggernaut. Justin Bieber sold how many millions of albums? Yeah. So why wouldn't his bike have some component of who he is as a part of it, right? Okay.
when you turn
And
the
10
key,
10 Bieber songs locked in.
I was
That's
about
like a
to say,
preset.
when
well,
you turn the key,
I
it
would
only
say
plays his shit.
It would literally, like, anybody who ever got an Apple product, we all know that we got the YouTube album whether or not we wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So there's no reason this thing couldn't have had his latest album on it, right?
right.
So that's my take. Anyone else have a take? What comes to your mind when somebody says Justin Bieber?
I think of the weird religious thing that he got into with that weird preacher that they made a documentary about.
Oh, I didn't know
was
about that. Yeah.
fleecing everybody.
Really?
Yeah,
So they
well-
just fleeced everybody.
Well, he became like he was getting a little loose and weird,
Okay.
And so like somebody when he was dating whoever he's dating,
I don't know.
some girl, whatever. She got him into this religion, right? Like Windsong Church. The only reason I know this is because it was a documentary on YouTube and I watched
all right,
it.
You don't read too much about
I watched this because
But
I
he's
watched,
into music.
I watched
yeah,
the
right.
documentary. That's the only reason I know this. But the Windsong Church, so this preacher guy was like a young, like shirtless guy that wore like glasses and was like, hey, I'm super cool. And then it turned out he was just fleecing people. Like he sneaked into this thing and was doing all this stuff. That's the guy right there in that right above your mouse.
Well, I mean, they're all the guy.
No, but
because
that's
they're
the
either the guy
preacher.
or Bieber, right?
Yeah, that's the preacher guy.
So the point being, this was a church that did some fleasing, but
It's a mega church. It was like
it's a mega church, but they did happen to key into a spokesperson, Justin Bieber, who would bring, because mostly mega churches deal with people, 35 and older.
Right.
They're fleecing people that have money to be
They
fleeced.
got that preacher guy,
Right.
Because he was the young hip, like wore the '80s like dad glasses and stuff.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
everybody
we're
else.
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Carl Lentz.
That's
All right.
the dude.
Right. So the point is, he was affiliated, and it looks like many people were affiliated
Yeah.
with so that's a good one. I didn't even know about that, but I'm
Yeah.
going to learn more.
I just watched the documentary a week or two ago. That's the only reason I know this.
Did you
Yeah.
see that on a documentary?
I did
On a documentary?
on Netflix.
Documentary. Okay, so there you go. Anybody else got a reason that Justin Bieber, first thing that comes to your mind when somebody says Bieber? Anyone?
You know, the first thing that comes to my mind is Justin Bieber / Billy Strings.
No,
Ah!
we're gonna fight. Now I have to fight
nah.
two people.
Billy Strings and Megan Tully.
Shot
That's
right
all
across
right.
the bars.
I'll take that.
Okay, so that's it. John?
Oh, just when I think of him, like everybody hates him, but you know what? He's taking it to the bank.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
More money and
Right.
pussy than he knows
He'll
what to
ever
do
know
with.
what
He's
to do with.
married or
Right.
something, isn't he?
Canadian, right?
Doesn't
He
matter.
is Canadian.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
The only
In
thing
Canada, it's called Pusita.
Jesus
Poutine,
Christ.
more
He's got all that money because he
more
didn't have to pay for
poutine than
healthcare.
he knows what to do with.
the only thing I can think of is just he was like blew up in YouTube and it was overhyped.
Like I don't
And
care.
that's
I'll
again,
trade places with him.
No, and again, that's what I'm just
Maybe someday he'll grow up and mellow out, and
Right.
like it'll get a different. Like he will come into his oats.
Yep.
You got to remember. I mean, look at what Justin Timberlake was way back when. Like
He kind
maybe.
of came through. Yeah, he's talented.
we
you
had a
never know.
podcast listener named Graham.
I also think like of all the people who've committed suicide, could we trade him in for some like Jimi Hendrix or
right.
something?
oh, fuck. Any day, dude.
And you know what? And that's true because Prince, at one point, Prince was a giant pain in everybody's ass, and then he became a legend, right?
Sure.
That's totally cool.
Time heals all wounds.
And I'm sure that when people saw the one breakaway from the Jackson 5 was Michael Jackson, I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh, you kidding me? You're going to overlook all the other Jacksons.
When you
And
hear
you're
his
just gonna focus on
songs
Michael
and now
Jackson,
he's an
right?
adult, it
Right.
might be like, oh.
but Tito kind of sucked though.
He did kind of suck. But so we had a listener.
And compared to the future garbage that might come out, it might actually be good.
But you guys are missing. Latoya was the fucking Jackson. That was the.
Podcast listener Graham Smith came by the shop the other day on his Honda CB 654 cylinder.
Okay.
Not your average. That's a duck of another
How
color.
many years was that bike produced?
Not many.
one or two,
super
right?
short,
Yeah,
super short run. But he lives in Ontario, so he's been doing a big loop. He's doing a big ride on this what we would all ultimately call a piece of shit bike. Sans rear fender, yada yada yada. But so he's doing this ride, and he popped in the other day, and super cool. And when we were walking around taking a tour of the store, he's like, he wanted to see the Bieber. So we went and saw the Bieber, and he's like, yeah, on behalf of Canada, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I was like, well played, sir. So anybody else got any other thing?
No.
So of all the people you could have had the bike be, right? And then also we've got Justin Bieber, whose two biggest things are he tends to no-show concerts and not give his money back, not give the customer their monies back. $150 a ticket, he no-shows a concert, and now 10,000 people don't get their money back. So that's happened more than once. And then he's just now sold out a tour, and now he's canceling the tour for health issues, that kind of thing.
Would have done like a Lenny Kravitz or I don't know, someone else.
There's a lot of people whose name and face you could put on
be
a
on a bike.
scooter, on a Vespa scooter.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Doug and Bob McKenzie.
Bob and Doug McKenzie edition would be fantastic. You want to put an important Canadian?
Yeah.
How about the goddess of all Canadian musicians? Come on, guys, we're killing me. Hell.
Janis Joplin.
No.
The Frenchish.
Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
Real
Celine
skinny-
Dion.
Celine Dion.
You could put Celine Dion on a Vespa, And it would be less repulsive than Justin Bieber.
You could have the Celine. Wait, the Celine Dion Dior.
The Celine Dion Dior
She
du jour.
sucks too.
Du jour Dijon. So, but the long and short of it, now back to the crime that is being perpetrated.
SS.
Do you have your papers? Yeah. But so back to the crime that's being perpetrated at my shop is we have IN Bieber. We have IN Bieber, just the one. And it is a 2022. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to arrive to us in February. It did not. Yeah. It did not arrive until August, right? And it's a 22, which means it's day-old sour milk when it showed up. And I just today found out that they're shipping me 2 more as 2023s. And I can't say no to it because they're calling it representative stock.
What?
Thank you. Would anyone like to weigh in on the idea of having 3 of something?
As long as you're only being charged at the rate of what it represents, like i.e. it's a Primavera or it's a Sprint, you're only being charged for a normal Sprint, not a Bieber.
Oh, sure, they do that.
Have
John, they do that.
Vespa?
Of course they do.
Do you have to leave it Bieberized?
Yes, and I was told that specifically by my dealer manager, by district
you couldn't
manager.
Have a guy that
They really, really,
something?
really want to make sure that the contract they have with the Biebs is that we don't Biebify it, because that's the thing. That's the deal he signed on for. Was the bikes are going to go out to the people Biebered. So, but here's my problem.
D-Bieb it.
Does anybody else have a problem with the term representative stock? Because, okay, if I sell Ford F-150s, if I sell the whole line of Ford vehicles, and they say, Mr. Waters, you have to have a Ford F-150 on your floor so people can see what an F-50 is and climb in it and sit in it and do everything else. Well, how many F-150s do I have to have?
Right, 1.
1, because that's a representation, right?
Yeah, so how do 3 represent? What do you...
Thank you.
Well, now they're telling you have to have the Ford F-150 Harley Davidson edition.
Okay. Yeah. So it'd be one thing, and they do. You guys, y'all know, I have to have a GTS. I have to have whatever they tell me the representative stock is. Right. And here's the crazy thing is in the middle of your annual contract, in the middle of the year, they can say, oh, and guess what? As of now, today, because we have too many of them in the warehouse, MP3 500s are now representative stock. Oh, and next month, Vespa Electricas are representative stock. And then the month after that, we can say, oh, Vespa Sprint 50s are representative stock. Well, a Sprint and a Sprint 50 are the same fucking bike. One just goes slower than the other one, right? Yep. That's the difference. They come in the same goddamn colors, but they've done that to us. But nothing to me is offensive. Is not just, I still have my 2022 Justin Bieber here. Right. There's no difference to the 2023. You're making me take not 1 2023, but 2 2023s.
Which leaves you a gaggle of Biebers.
We need some Bieber management around here, right? We need some Bieber management.
Put some traps out.
We're going to put some traps out.
I hope the 3rd year doesn't say that you have to get 3 of them.
Again, we don't know. But the point is, if I make a mistake and I order too many purple Primavera 50s, so if I order too many purple Primavera 50s, and at the end of my year, I call Vespa and go, oh man, you know what? I ordered 25 purple Primavera 50s. I've got 5 left over. They are not compelled to buy them back from me. Not even a little. I'm going to choke on that. Okay. So why is it that they over-ordered these fucking Biebers and now the dealers got to choke on it? Right? Like, and they're making us take Biebers.
Dealers always got to choke on it.
And this is the thing that this one of these little things that the podcast is a little different than other podcasts is we have this unique view of the world that sometimes comes through the eyes of a guy who pays the bills.
I want to know, so like the guys at Vespa, like obviously they had meetings. And they had boardroom things with some guys with charts and fucking numbers and all this shit, right?
I'm pretty sure the same guy that misunderstands the definition of the term representative stock also thought the Bieber was a good idea.
Well, I'm just saying, like, okay, I get it. Like he is popular with a certain genre of people.
Yeah,
or
that guy's got Velcro on his shoes. Make no mistake about it.
Right.
Somebody's marketing department told him Justin Bieber was where we needed to go with this.
But what I'm saying is that I work in marketing departments, but it's not my forte, like
Fair.
to do the
Yeah.
marketing.
Right.
But I'm around them a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so like when I see like Summit go into a product, they do research, they figure out like they know their clientele, their age, what they usually sell, and then they bring that stuff in.
Yeah.
So did these people, if you look at the general Bieber fan base,
Right.
most of those people are not into motorized vehicles.
And I would argue that most of the Bieber fan base might not have $8,000 of disposable income sitting around
Right.
to make a purchase to show their love of Justin Bieber.
Right, like knowing your market, like
Right.
if Harley came out with a Vince Neil edition
Amen.
Harley,
Right.
that fucker would fly off the shelves.
Know your market. Stay
Right.
in your lane.
I know what we can do.
Right.
Oh boy.
We're going to ignore the fact that they say it has to go out as a Bieber.
Thank you, because that's
100%.
the next
That's-
chapter of this
Because if
podcast.
you're going to make me take them, I can sell them home. Once I get them, it's up to me, and it's up to me how I sell them.
That's right. Prove I didn't.
My first recommendation
Yeah.
Debufifying?
would be to get your friend who has a Cricket to make you some sort of red, white, and blue Captain America kind of edition.
Oh,
So white
not too
bike
shabby.
with
Yep.
make it red, white, and blue.
Yep.
I guarantee you'll sell one just because
Just because Captain America.
Captain America-ish.
You know, we had a flat.
Monetized.
We
Well-
had a flat.
Slapped in America.
We had a flat red Vespa Primavera. So we had a flat red Vespa Primavera
I remember.
that anytime you touched it, the oils from your fingers would leave your body and go into the scooter. And, you know, so like even a casual, you know, booger flick, it would disfigure this thing forever. And God forbid riding it down the street where little bug guts would get on it and those bug guts would infiltrate the satin paint. So what I did was I ordered in a bunch of Deadpool swag. And I even got like little Deadpool emblems that you put on a low receiver group from an AR-15. And I got all kinds of Deadpool-y shit because there's tons of Deadpool shit out there. Yeah. So I ordered a bunch of Deadpool shit and I made that Vespa, unsellable Vespa Primavera S.
This theme's not working. Let's come up with a new theme.
I made a Deadpool theme. People took tons of pictures of it and we sold it like that.
Yeah, well, all you got to do is drive around, and the number of Deadpool graphics on cars
Yeah.
would lend you to the fact that that was a good fucking idea.
Good theme, right?
yeah.
So now, open forum, open idea. Oh boy. You are now all looking at the Justin Bieber Sprint. The decals that are on it, I'm going to let you guys know what the assets and liabilities are. The word Justin Bieber only appears on its right rear ass
Side.
cheek.
Oh, just on one side.
Yep.
And it's uncleared stickers,
And it has
right?
not been cleared over.
Yeah.
They,
So
they
the-
were smart about it.
The
yeah.
Justin Bieber is a sticker on a sticker. Now,
Yes.
the flames are stickers that may have a bit of a clear coat over them. Not much. I want you to look at it, Steve.
But even the
So-
flame is not that bad. The
Right.
name is the one that fucks it
So,
hard.
what would your immediate gut reaction be to unfucking this pig?
Well,
like,
Put
how
a rat seat.
Yeah, a hand grip, seat, and floorboard rubbers.
Any other
Yeah.
color.
Any
red.
other color.
right?
Red.
Yeah.
What was the one graphic artist that was like all the people in black and white and different colors?
Oh, I know what
Peggy
you're
used to have a shirt.
Yeah,
of,
They look like stick figures. It was a guy from New York.
Not Basquiat, but his friend. Fuck, yeah. He's the guy.
It wasn't Banksy, it was the other guy.
Oh, man. I know.
that had a lot of doodles like all over
Yeah,
the
he
place.
doodled on
I know
everything.
what you're talking about.
Warhol? No.
No. It was
no.
he was a friend of Warhol.
He had little
Peggy-
glasses. He
it's
had
a-
short hair.
it's a black dude, right?
No, he was it
Keep
was a
on
white guy.
trucking.
Keith Haring.
Keith Haring.
Keith Haring, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Keith.
Haring. Like H-A-R-R or something. Haring.
No.
H-A-R-R.
There you go.
I was right.
Oh, okay.
motherfucker.
So
I
he's
missed
got
one R.
he had that.
Oh, yeah. Keith.
There
Yeah.
you go. That shit.
Okay.
Ask
Keith Haring that bike.
Keith
Now,
Haring.
personally, I just slap black checkers all over it and make it a ska bike.
You fucking know it.
yeah, but that market is kind of niche though.
All right.
I wouldn't say no.
Scooter market?
I wouldn't say no.
You could
but
put a
still.
You could put a sticker on the back that said Trump won.
You know that Anne Marie would dig the shit out of that bike if you did it that way. Because they're into like the Warhol.
Well,
kind
and
of
that's
the
another
weird
thing.
stuff.
And I will tell you that the Weatherspoon, we never, ever, ever had a problem selling the Weatherspoon. We sold the shit out of the Weatherspoon. I mean, we sold the fuck out of that bike. And so this Keith,
cool.
the Keith Haring thing, you know, and
a
some
good idea.
types of
Black and
Keith
white.
Haring are better than others.
Well, he was a gay man, so he's going to have
Just black
some
and white.
penises in there.
Just put the black.
So I do like that.
Yeah.
I do
like
really like that Keith Haring idea. That's a really good idea. That's a real good solution to this problem.
And he's dead, so he's going to have a hard time suing you.
Also true, right? I like where that's going. Yep, I do approve of all those things. So that's decent. That's a really good idea for a way to unfuck this pig, because it really is. It's tough.
You could do the blood splatters and handprints of like the zombie apocalypse scooter.
But again, you gotta love it $8,000,
Yeah, that's.
and I gotta sell 3 of them. All right.
Well, I'm not
This
saying they
makes
all
sense
have to
because it's
be-
artsy.
Yeah,
No, but this is a real good.
That's a
one,
solid one.
This is a real good direction for one of
Yes.
them. I like
Yes.
this a lot. In fact, we could do that. We could just put a P in front of the USA, so Piaggio USA. We could acknowledge that.
Passat.
Right, acknowledge their extreme.
I mean, honestly, like your tiki bike is awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
the tiki bikes-
that was the other thing. I'm like, Kevin Moore, here you go.
yeah.
Here's a white bike.
Pinstripe the shit out of that.
pinstripe the fuck out of
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
And that would also be kind of fun, because I do like that we're de-Biebering it. So we're de-Biebering it and rebranding it,
Yeah.
which I think is really good.
What's the opposite of Bieber? What metal band is like
All of them.
Yeah, all of that.
All of them. Pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Bad brains.
Any of them.
Yeah.
Is there
You
enough
could-
love for the Keep On Trucking guy
You
anymore?
could just put the Beatles on the side.
Oh, the white.
It would be the White Album bike.
The
White
White
Vespa.
Album by Beatles. And it's hard to find somebody who doesn't appreciate at least some of the Beatles stuff.
Put the Beatles on the side.
That's great. That is fucking great.
But you have to have like
You have to do the sound system though.
yeah that, and it has to be
$200
what do you call it when it's like a biography that's not done by the person? The
the unauthorized anthology. Right.
unauthorized Beatles edition.
Dude, that's a pretty goddamn good idea. That's not a bad idea either. And then, because you could also do a little, a period correct John Paul, George, and Ringo.
Oh yeah,
And you could
you
put
can make that
them-
in a stripe.
Yeah.
a black stripe
Yeah.
with just those images.
Right.
You get sued out the asshole, but it'd be fucking great.
It's a custom.
He wins in court anytime.
It's not a trademark. It's a
Judy.
custom bike. We
It's
did
an
a Beatles
homage.
custom.
An homage.
Yeah.
It's a tribute.
If I want to airbrush Willie Nelson on my gas tank, nobody can stop me.
Exactly.
You're right, but you're
Right.
also not a commercial dealer.
That's true. That's exactly right.
So basically, what he'd have to do is Phil would have to sell you the bike for 15
Phil sold the
cents.
bike
Yes,
to Oscar.
and do-
Oscar
You do the
customized it.
customize it, and then you traded it back in, and now Phil's stuck with this Beatles bike
Wink,
that he has
wink.
to get rid of.
I disagree.
We built this Beetle bike for
I
a
disagree.
customer, and they didn't pick it up.
I just sell it as a white fucking Vespa Sprint.
Nobody's ever going to.
And you know what happened? You know where all that art came from?
I don't know.
Out of the goodness of my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of the goodness of my heart. And that's true, and it lends itself to the black and white iconography of the whole thing. It actually works really well. That's pretty fucking
That would
cool.
be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Checkerboarded, make it a ska bike.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard that before.
I know it's not.
I'm into it, but I think
I'll
the
buy
market
it.
is not. Yeah, you.
I think and look, there are plenty of people who are 53 years old, have a little disposable income, that still love ska.
I love ska.
right.
Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I think the number of people that would be interesting are less than.
Yeah.
You could also
the
do
other
like
artsy
the other
one.
thing would be like the wheel of hypnotism.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was,
that's
a
a good
Joker
idea.
bike or some shit like that. Put a bunch of ha-has on it, and fucking swirly.
Make it a hypno bike.
That's true too.
You could
Yeah.
dye the seat green, like puke green, and fucking.
Oh,
Now, let's see what happens when a celebrity bike does capture the spirit of the person that it's supposed to invoke.
Spiderweb.
This is the Elvira bike.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you kind of knew it was the Elvira bike before he even told you it was the Elvira bike.
Yeah.
Because it has several Elvira elements in the bike.
It should have had in the front of the seat. Should have just been cleavage.
But the Elvira Vespa
That's a cool bike.
is a bike that it's a limited edition Vespa, but it's not being done by Vespa. Do you know why you can tell it's not being done by Vespa?
Because it's cool.
Because it's cool and it makes sense. So this is something that the dealer in LA is doing, and they're doing a limited run of them.
Well, the obvious thing too is the white stripes. Like do a white stripes. bike.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. But to me, the de-Bieberification is very cool. I like the idea of the
It has
de-Bieberification.
to.
Yeah.
At least for 2 out of the 3, that has to happen, dude. Because if not, they're not going to move.
Man, the 20's not gone anywhere. That'd be the first one.
Well, you know what's funny is the 2022, the one that's currently out there, that is this close to becoming a non-current because look at where we are in the calendar, boys. And so once it becomes a non-current, then it's instantly devalued, right? Even in the eyes of Vespa, right? It's devalued, and then it's no longer is qualified for price protection, right? And so once a vehicle is non-current in the dealer contract with Vespa, Piaggio, is that then any dealer in America that has one can then just race themselves all the way to the bottom. And so you might run into a situation where every dealer in America that has Biebs on their floor, the second the 2023 comes out and the 2022 becomes non-current, they're all going to drop their prices like mad just to get somebody to pull the trigger on the bike. And so I think it might be an interesting thing to take one of the bikes and de-Bieber it, just de-Bieber it, leave it all white and everything else. And then take another one of the bikes and do some sort of a project with
But
it.
besides just
project with it.
de-Biebering it,
Yeah.
I think you have to make it actually useful and put black hand grips or
Oh
whatever.
no, I think it's going to have
That's one of the first
black
things to
everything.
do.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be what it should be. It's going to have to be
How much can you get for the white hand grips and the white floorboards and the white seat on the eBays?
negative $5.
Okay.
You'll
no-
pay. I'll
nobody's
pay
gonna
you
buy that.
$5 to take
Dude,
them
the
away.
red-
Well,
The
then that shit stays on the bike.
The red
Right,
seat,
yeah.
I had when we were unboxing them when I was volunteering here. I had gloves on that I washed obsessively, and I'd still to get it out of the crate. The red seat would have smudges to the
Yeah.
point that I'd have to clean it. I can't
So
imagine.
no,
what
we
the
don't. If it's takeoffs, we don't want takeoffs we can't get money for.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. So this is
But I'll bet if you kept them long enough, somebody would wreck their Bieber and be looking for the white seat, and then you just put it on eBay for a forever listing
That's
at
true.
$1,000 for the whole set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
You're
know,
absolutely
and actually, somebody that actually rides their Bieber that is actually a Bieber fan, they're only going to get like 3 days out of it before they want new ones anyway.
right. Yeah. Because they're going to be filthy instantly.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to keep.
Or
that
they're
clean.
going to have.
You know what? That's for the squeaky clean tennis shoe people.
Right.
Which
That's
I think
who-
is your target audience.
might be
for
our
that
target
bike,
market.
for that bike. I mean,
That might be our
Oh, sneakerheads. Yeah.
sneakerheads.
Do you have a perfectly white pair of
Nike Air Force 2s? Yeah. Right.
And
No,
all them-
I don't.
But you no, of course not. I'm
The
saying
hell's the
this,
matter with you?
this is a general
kidding
out
me?
there.
It's like-
but this is the bike for you.
Right. Exactly.
So they're going to put a decal of Jordan.
Well,
just,
no, they because these
Yeah.
guys all have the wall of sneakers. In
They
their
do.
house,
Oh, yeah,
right?
I know,
You
I
do.
So
know.
then they put the Bieber in the middle of the
You're
wall
right.
of sneakers.
You're exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only person that gave a thumb up, not 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up to this bike, came in my shop wearing a Make America Great hat again.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
so.
'cause
Yeah.
He was.
Oh,
he said
shit,
it matched
you're
his hood.
Confederate flag it out.
The dude walked up and he's like, "Well, the only bike in here I like, the only one that looks any good at all is that all white one over there. What's the deal with that?" I said, "That's a special limited edition that Vespa did." And he goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, that's a special limited edition that Vespa just did. That's a brand new bike. That's fresh. That's the way that comes. I didn't make that. That's how that comes." And he's like, "Out of all the bikes in here, it's the only one I like." I said, "Well, this is the Grand Dragon."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Good for you.
When Honda came out with the Aryan edition? You didn't know about that? So Honda had the Aryan edition 929. It was look it up, the Honda Aryan edition
oh,
929.
no.
So, but I think it was spelled a little bit different for Aryan Racing.
No shit.
No, that's Orion Racing, you
No,
knuckle
it's
fucker.
not. It's not, dude. Look at it. I swear to God, it's Aryan Racing. It's the 929.
It's the school bus theme.
No, it's red, black, and white. It was a pretty badass bike. I kind of want
It's
it.
not. I know the bike, and it was not Aryan Racing.
It was 929 Honda 929. You have to put in Honda 9 CBR 929.
Okay.
Dude, this was my genre, man. 900s, 929s. This was all I did for years.
Okay.
Aryan Racing, I'm telling you. Not Aryan like AARIN. It's like ERION, but it's Aryan.
Okay.
Then put in 929.
I'm there. I'm trying. I'm not sure I know where this is going to go.
You got to put in 900, 929, CBR 929.
Well, The more letters we have to add, the more it weakens your argument.
The proof of this. Why is it not? Hold on.
Because you're spelling it
God.
wrong.
I'm fucking spelling it. Oh, right there. That's it.
Which one?
That. Your mouse is
Middle one?
on it.
The middle one.
That's the Aryan Racing 99.
Okay, I don't think that's going to be about the bike because it's a story about literally it says Indian people preferring cheap bikes.
Okay, but that.
So I don't think that's going to be our solution.
That's it. What does it say on
It
the
says
fairing?
it starts with an E. That's what I told you. It's
I know,
Orion
but
Racing.
It's Aaron. No, but it's Aaron or Aryan or something like
It's
that.
Erion. Yes, that is.
Well, they made the joke because Chubbs used to own that bike, and so
Okay,
he was
so
a
you
white
mean
supremacist.
so an idiot
what
made
I'm
the
saying,
joke, right?
What I'm saying
Fucking
though
Chubbs.
is it goes from Aryan Racing, but then you can have
See,
actually.
now when I spell the name of the company correctly, which is Orion, which is what I said, it's Orion, Erion.
Aryan.
No, Aryan is you have blonde hair and you speak with an accent of
blue
the
eyes.
north
That
of
was the
German.
whole point.
Some
that it
people
was a
just see what
joke.
they want to see, Phil.
Exactly. I think you're right. Aryan Racing is this company right here. Yeah. And that's the Aryan Racing. They also did the school bus.
I
Yeah.
know about the school bus.
I see Aryans everywhere.
Yeah.
Even
We
when
need
there
to
aren't
throw
any.
this out to listeners.
There's the
too,
school
for
bus.
Suggestions.
Oh, see, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. There's the school bus.
But anyways, my point is that you can make the Vespa, the Aryan Racing Vespa.
I'm going to go have a rib.
So yeah, that's the school bus paint scheme that they did.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
right. That was Bruce Transportation. Bruce Transportation did the school bus. Aryan did these guys. Yeah,
They're nice
but they're not Aryan. They're Orion.
Well, it's a pronunciation difference, but everybody
Yes, it is.
I knew.
Well, it's also a spelling difference, Sleepy, and that makes all the difference in the world, right? Creepy Steve.
no, but listen, everybody I knew called those the Aryan Racing Edition.
Right.
I don't know. I thought that was what it was called. You can say Erion as Aryan.
You can.
Okay.
If you're wrong.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not
right,
wrong, but
yeah.
I was also slightly right.
Okay.
Slightly right. That's what his surgeon said.
If I were Orion Racing, I would literally have on the front page of my website
Not Aryan.
pronounced Orion Racing. Are you cool with that, AA Ron?
Yeah, Ron. I like that.
I swear, I think they say Aryan or Aryan or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We're not going to be
either way.
hearing much from Jonathan.
That's all right. That's cool. I mean, yeah. Yeah. All right. You know what?
chomp,
You know
chomp.
what? I'm gonna leave myself open to the fact that I could be absolutely wrong. So I'm gonna let the internet answer. How do
Oh,
you
you're gonna do that?
pronounce?
The Google spell. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Oh, we
Put it
gotta
on
go to
all.
all. Yeah, we gotta go to all. Yep. All right.
Okay. Where's the?
The correct YouTube, the correct pronunciation of. All right. Let's find out.
This is interesting
We'll see what it says.
for all the marbles.
She's not muted.
Is it running?
It is.
Oh.
Did it say Aryan?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it did.
It did.
And the crowd goes crazy.
I was dead serious when I tell you I couldn't hear it. Yep, I couldn't hear it.
This isn't working.
Oh yeah, here we go. Let me try it. Max that bitch out. All right, thank
All
you.
right.
All right. Oh, oh my God! Wow.
Damn.
Oh, how the mighty have
Vindicated.
fallen.
Oh no, but I do like the way the guys the very first comment from Aryan Hammock. He says, "I'm sorry, but my name is not pronounced this way. It said Aryan, like I said Aryan."
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, you said Eron or some shit, right?
Orion.
Ron.
Orion.
Orion.
Right,
Yeah,
Orion.
yeah.
Yeah, Orion. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was.
But I told you, man.
Orion
Everybody
Racing.
called it the Aryan Racing bike, and it was always funny for me because
Yeah.
Captain White Supremacist had one. And so
Of
it
course
kind
he had
fit.
one. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Right. For his white pointy hat. Yeah. And so, but, just to go into it, not that we have to, but this is the bike that Vespa had no problem selling, right?
That's a good looking bike.
Yeah, that's a good
This is a bike that,
combination.
right. This is a bike that they were able to sell every single one that they made and left people wanting, and nobody got enough of them. And I had people calling me from California
Do you
trying
think
to
it
buy
has
them.
something to do with the fact that like the people that are probably old enough to buy a not disposable, but like have disposable income enough to buy a Vespa
Yeah.
also were the people that used to see that VW and were like, oh, I want
I think they saw the Partridge Family bust, honestly, because when people would come into the shop, nobody came into the shop and went, ooh, Harlequin Vespa. Only I did that.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Yeah, and other touching Beetle fags, right?
Right.
But people came in and said, oh, it's like the Partridge Family bus.
Yep.
But that Weatherspoon is a friend of Justin Bieber. They are actual contemporaries. They're friends.
Oh.
And Bieber's bike that Bieber rides is a Sean Weatherspoon. It's like there are pictures of Justin Bieber riding a Sean Weatherspoon bike. They know each other. They're pals, right? But Sean Weatherspoon designed a bike by simply using parts that were already in the existing catalog for Vespa.
Right.
Like, what color do you want? Well, all 6 colors are there, right? And then the white rims are a new part. The white leg shield trim is a new part. And obviously the corduroy seat is a new part. But the rest of the bike are all just parts out of the shelf mixed up. And that was what makes it great. And it also didn't cost $1,100 more than a comparable Primavera. The price difference in the Weatherspoon is less than the price of the front luggage rack and the seat. So it's actually kind of a deal.
Yeah.
If you reduce, whatever the dollar amount is for the luggage rack and the seat, the Weatherspoon was actually a value. But more importantly, in the time of COVID, when everybody was bummed out and hated life, you had a bike that everybody waved at you on, and the bike that made people happy, and it was a very enthusiastic bike. People enjoyed it. That's a bike that sold out. That's a bike that they couldn't make enough of. And when they said they were only going to make so many of them, then magically they made some more. And then magically they made some more, right? And so we had like 3 runs of Weatherspoon come out, and we were ordering them a dozen at a crack and selling them fucking fast. Never had a problem. Never had a problem selling a Weatherspoon. Can't sell the Bieber.
So the problem with the Bieber is that, like, even if you de-Bieberify it and trying to, obviously the seat has to go away and the hand, at least the hand grip. So those, but the problem is that you're going to take a hit on those because nobody will buy ever a white seat or the handle or the grips.
If you do the Beatles thing, you could take an old Beatles shirt and cover the seat. That would be
cool too.
into that.
Do you know how many people buy a stark white butt plug?
No one.
How many people buy a stark white double-headed dildo? No one.
No.
Everybody know anybody that buys a stark white shovel? Right?
No.
You know anybody that, seriously, there are things that we don't even produce in the color white because of the environment that they're going to be in. Right?
What about, did you ever try to get a hold of Whistling Diesel and send him some pictures?
Now I got to do it before this podcast drops, John. Thanks. Yeah, that motivates me. You're right. That motivates me to contact Whistling Diesel right quick in a hurry. So let's see if he wants to disgrace one. Let's see, better yet, if we can convince him into doing some off-track racing with a whole team of Justin Biebers.
Beat the shit out of them.
Right. Maybe we could convince him. I'll throw down the challenge that he can't beat me on a dirt track.
Right.
We'll do a 1/4 mile dirt track. We'll do an 1/8 mile oval with a crisscross applesauce in the middle. We'll do figure 8 racing in the dirt, motherfucker, on Justin Bieber's. Bring it on, Mr. Diesel. Whistling or otherwise, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can beat me. Best of 5 laps, figure 8 racing. Let's do it. Yeah. And then the gauntlet has been thrown. Right. And if he thinks he can throw down harder on his Bieber than I can throw down harder on my Bieber, we'll see what happens. That's it. But I'm damn sure one thing, we're going to destroy 3 Biebers. And they'll all get paid for.
See who has the sleekest Bieber?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know what? When it comes to the Bieber, being smooth is everything. Yep. And once you get past the smell, you got it licked.
Floorboards, baby.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. Look,
Do these come with a tub of KY under the seat?
There have been other Vespa limited editions, right? Some have been good. Some have been bad.
Do they have a Levi?
You know what? I do not recall a Levi special edition.
Is that supposed to be a wooden boat?
Yes, it is. It is meant in the style of vintage Italian boats. Yeah, that was the Nautica, right? And so that concept
Looks like a Chris Craft.
It does look like a Chris Craft, right? It really does. And
They should have had green and red fucking nautical.
And so if you look super closely on it, the wood is wood grain. The paint on the sides is wood grain, right?
It looks like the one that the guy that custom made a wooden frame,
carved wooden
frame Vespa.
Carved wooden frame.
That looks gorgeous.
So that does look like mahogany or a good stained teak of sorts. So that bike really does look
At least
fantastic.
you're targeting an audience that has some money and could maybe afford one.
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely. So that bike, though, ended up not actually making it to production. Okay? But it didn't get too far off. The bike they gave us was the Vespa Yacht Club. Some of you will remember the Vespa Yacht Club. But the Vespa Yacht Club came in any color of white privilege that you wanted. It only came in white with a blue seat. The Vespa Yacht Club was the Vespa Yacht Club. And so this is the Vespa Yacht Club up there. And that's a pretty good example of like how the prototype becomes a real actual living breathing bike, right? So that's the Yacht Club. And the funny thing about the Yacht Club is when we had the Yacht Clubs, when they were new, when they were fresh, they didn't sell real well. They didn't move off the floor. And it wasn't until the Yacht Club
people in
discontinued.
yacht clubs tend to be into boats, not scooters.
I know. Once it was discontinued, though, once the bike was discontinued and we were out of them, then I had like 8 people come in wanting to buy one. So it just took it too long to circle around, like for people to be aware of it. And maybe it was that I sold one yacht club to a guy who showed up at the yacht club on his yacht club, and then all of his other yacht club buddies decided to go to the dealership, but it took him 6 months to get here. So by the time people showed up with money in hand, bike was gone.
It needs to come with a davit so you could load it onto your boat.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, it come to some tie down points, but that's the Yacht Club, and that was it. And it had powder coated blue wheels, and then all the touch points like the foot pads and stuff, they were all dark blue, nautical dark blue.
So have you ever had another version, a custom limited edition Vespa design that was as hard to sell as the Bieber?
No,
ever.
and that's saying something because in 2010 we had the all pink.
Yeah, I remember
it
that
was
one.
pink to the front, pink to the back, and the black seat had a pink stripe around it.
Yes.
And we managed to sell those because at least with a pink bike, you could argue that all of the parts of the audience that are XY chromosome might think that pink is cool, right? So you'd think that at least maybe the people who walk into the bathroom with the W on the door would be predisposed to thinking that the pink bike was cool.
Or, I mean, like
but that's half the population. Bieber is not half the population.
Yes, it was a color, not a branding.
Right.
And
it was a
here's the
color,
thing,
not a
too.
branding.
Like,
exactly.
There's also, obviously, there's the whole, like, the LGBTQ community is pretty big.
Yeah.
And I think a lot could go with pink.
Yeah.
But the Bieber's still not even persuading them.
Breast cancer awareness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
I had the white parties, the original white parties of the 80s and 90s were anti-AIDS parties. They were pro-gay, anti-AIDS. They were celebrity events everybody wanted a ticket to, and if you went, you wore white from the head to toe.
Oh, well, you could rainbow that bike, no problem.
If Mr. Bieber had one fucking ounce of sense, when he came up and said, my idea, my design, don't watch the YouTube video of this fucking guy. Like when he tells you about how he hatched the brain baby about doing this bike, it's the dumbest thing and not one of it. The bike could have been any color in the world based on his statement. I don't think Justin Bieber knows what color bike he told Vespa to make. No, I'm dead serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think Bieber made the decision. I think Bieber's marketing person made the decision. I don't think Justin had anything to do with it. Because when they asked him about what his thought was on the design of the Vespa, his answer was interchangeable with anything that would have come out, right? So, anywho, if he would have said, like, I wanted a clean white slate or whatever, but he could have come out retroactively. And when everybody said, this is the worst design or lack of design, because it has all the styling of an 8x11 sheet of copy paper, right? That's what it is. It's a plain white sheet of fucking paper. He could have just instantly done one history deep dive, and he could have said, this is to honor the white parties of the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Calling attention to the AIDS epidemic, and as a lot of musicians like myself would do anything to attend these white parties and go and show their support for their friends who were dying of AIDS.
Right.
If he would have come out, I would have given the motherfucker a golf clap.
Yep.
Right? I would have been like, you wait to seize an opportunity. mediocrity, snatched from the mouth of despair. Well done. I know you fucked up, but you recovered nicely.
You're a believer now.
and now I can sell that story.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I can sell that story. When somebody comes in, I can sell the blood red Vespa with the blood red seat and the blood red wheels and the blood red everything because it's for the Red Foundation that's there to help moms stop giving AIDS to their babies.
What about like a piano keyboard on the
Yeah. Yeah.
White keys.
The white keys, the black keys, right? Elton John. We could call it. We could do a Billy Joel edition. We could do. Ben Folds edition, right? There's all kinds of Pianopolis people out there we could take advantage of. Yeah. Not even doing the obvious Liberace edition. Just add some gold to it.
Glitter.
Yeah, little gold and some chandeliers, and put some rhinestones on it and call it the Liberace.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Bedazzle the whole
Bedazzle
thing.
the motherfucker. Vajazzle that thing from one end to the other.
No,
Fuck yeah, man. Bring it on.
You should wrap the seat with denim. Just denim.
Denim. Just denim the fuck out of it.
Just the seat.
Well, that's why I said I wanted the Levi.
The Levi edition, right? Doing a Levi edition.
I want to see a
might be
Rick.
cool.
But
I
dark.
want to see a Rick and
dark.
Morty
Dark,
edition.
yeah.
Oh, I'd
Rick and
buy
Morty.
that.
And now that's one I can tell you, you'd probably get sued instantly. Because
It's too hot.
it's too hot. It's too
too hot,
topical.
yeah.
Too hot. Right. It's too hot. Yeah.
Go solar opposite. You
geez.
can probably get away with that.
Mr. Meesig spike. There you go.
A me-sig spike would be really funny.
Okay, let's stop talking about this Bieber shit.
Yeah, so we're done with the Bieber thing.
We're done with
So yeah, we're done. But that was the whole idea. What would you do to rescue that fucking thing?
That,
Because that
put
thing's
that on it. That looks fucking great. What is that?
Which one?
That right in front of me.
The stripe.
Which one?
The black stripe. The one that the big picture.
Yeah, with the
This?
black stripe and the gold and stuff. That looks way better than the shitty white, just white.
Sleepy?
What?
Sleepy.
Not for me, but I'm saying
Do
somebody.
you know what
Sleepy.
bike that is?
Sleepy, do you know what you're pointing to, sir?
No.
Sleepy?
The Celine Dion Dior.
Yeah.
It's the Christian Dior one.
Sleepy.
Oh, is that the $60,000 one?
You are pointing at the Christian Dior,
Christian Dior.
Vespa 946 that will set you back a cool $22,000.
Hey, Sleeps, ride that down to Summit.
That's what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is like, look, it's not my style.
Yeah.
But I can see somebody buying
better
that
than
for
the
the
Bieber.
design.
It's better
Yeah,
than
if
the
you're a
Bieber.
Saudi Arabian prince,
Yeah, that's your jam
That's your
right
jam
there.
right
Right.
there. I totally get it. If your name,
My ex-wife would buy
if you
that.
sit
She'd be
behind the
in-
Donald Trump golden microphone,
Yeah.
you probably own this bike already,
Well,
right?
my ex-wife would buy anything that's, like the Gucci
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
Christian. She'd
My
be
ex-wife
into
too.
that.
The
Yeah.
Gucci Vespa and all that stuff, which is funny because I'm pretty sure the Christian Dior shopping bag down here might cost more than the $22,000 Vespa.
Probably.
I don't know, I'm making that up. I never like 946s because they're heavier than a GTS 300 and slower than a 50cc.
Where do you even come up with the 946? It's not 946 cc.
No, it's from one of the original Vespas. So if you go back into the Vespa histories,
It's stupid.
it is stupid, but it was a model 946. Yeah. So, but that is calling that bike a
Just the
946. It was just going back to an archaic Vespa model. So that's why they did it when they did it with that pointy butt Art Deco shape with no
But I
underseat
guess
storage area.
looking at that though, right?
Yeah.
You can take an exercise of design and look at that those stripes, if it didn't have all the gold shit on or anything,
Yeah.
just the classic stripes,
Yeah.
make it cool. Like, so the Bieber...
But they're not classic stripes, Sleepy. If you get up close to them,
No.
you realize that those
But
are
anything
all,
other than just clear
those
white.
are all Dior logos.
Okay, but from a distance, it looked like stripes. I'm just saying
Oh, I
stripes
know.
even
Anything
add
just
something.
other than just
Yeah.
clear white.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I totally get
Yeah,
it.
you're right. They are all little...
They're all Dior logos.
Yeah.
Like this thing has the word Dior printed on it like 900 times.
Oh, maybe that's what
And the gold trims
The
and
bag
shit,
holder, the fuel tap
Gold.
lever is a CD for Christian Dior up here, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, this is where money goes to die.
Does it actually run on gas or champagne?
Yeah, right. That's exactly it. What I thought was
Caviar.
funny was if you buy the Christian Dior, if you purchase the Christian Dior scooter, you can only buy the accessories at Christian Dior boutiques.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if any Vespa dealer actually sold a Dior because I thought that the original thing was that you bought it through your Dior boutique and then the Vespa dealer would deliver it to the Dior boutique
Install the
and you take
accessories.
delivery of it there.
Didn't you say that the dudes in San Fran sold one or something?
That was the other one maybe it was this one. They did two right off the tick.
Yeah,
So they did
yeah.
two limited
And they
editions
ordered-
right
Oh,
off the
that's
tick and they
one.
ordered
Yeah,
more of it in.
yeah,
Yeah. Oops. Oopsies. I think that was the original. No, that was just when it was a 946 and it was 10 grand.
Oh, okay.
They just did it when it was 10 grand at a 946. They sold 2 right off the tick.
Gotcha.
And then ordered to whack more in and realized the 2 people in town that wanted them both got them. Yeah, there was no fight to get them after that.
Right.
Yeah, no shit. So hate mail. Everybody likes hate mail.
Fuck corporate Steve.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they're out. Man.
Out for blood.
They're making sure you know about it. So what is funny though is now that we've got the different system, and now that all the podcast, all the Patreon supporters are getting the number for the new bat phone, right? The new party line, the new number. So we have definitely come into some different things where there are people that are like, oh yeah, that's cool. I'll play along with that.
Did we get any pictures?
But it's also yeah. We're going to talk about that, right? Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that because there's apparently some. I'd say there's some gruntles going on. Yep, that there are people out there that are gruntled with us.
Good.
And it's good. All right. How about one that just says hate mail?
Yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
Okay,
Love it.
ready?
Brief and to the point.
Please make this really personal.
Yeah.
Matt Davidson. How many times do you guys need to go over winterizing your motorcycle?
I said that in the one
Hold on. Question mark, exclamation point. Sleepy tells the same fucking story once a week for about a month and a half. So why not do it once a year? Meaning, why don't we winterize? Why don't we talk about winterizing once a year?
We do in the winter, fucker.
Hold on. We're not done yet, Sleepy.
6 months out of the year.
Okay.
He'll attack other people.
No, I'm just saying. I can't remember anything, so I don't know when.
Take it. Just take it.
That's fine.
Don't take it. Give it back.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the song says.
Is that why you've been so damn slow releasing the original episodes? Afraid there might actually be some content in there that might help people?
Burn.
Fuck me running. At this rate, we will get to episode 130 in 2037 if we are lucky. You wouldn't have to have so much filler about booze and bullshit if you guys actually answered the fucking questions I send. I thought simply asking 2 questions last time would greatly increase my chances of getting them answered. But of course not. You simple-minded motherfuckers did help fix the dream. But what about the rarity between the 250 and the 305? Cheers, gentlemen. P.S.
Oh, Jesus.
P.S. John.
Jesus, you better. Is his Patreon paid up? Like real up? Like this is like. The rareness between
Let's
the
hear
two.
the PS.
So this one's for you.
Yes, for you.
The different.
No. We're not done yet.
He's got to smack you in the
It's
dick.
for you. Yeah.
P.S. John.
Oh, here we go.
I've got a video that I've been holding on to for a really good question that I will send you guys. Get your shit together. It will prove they're real and I'm not catfishing you.
Okay, thank you. See, I was worried about that last picture. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Now you got his attention.
So now, for Matt Davidson and the rest of the podcast people and Patreons who feel like we're not giving them their fucking money's worth, we did cover all of Matt's questions. Okay, we read his podcast. We read his Patreon-based message to us from the Bat Phone in the episode. Now, granted, it was a week later than he thought it was.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't.
Fair enough, and maybe you haven't caught up, Matt. But that's not a us problem. That's a you problem.
Man.
So
bend over backwards
quit
to make this
picking out-
cocksucker happy.
and quit picking out pictures of girls that you don't know on the internet and
Yeah,
sending them
that's
to us
lame.
and claiming them to be your significant other. That's fine. But
She lives in Canada.
we
You can only
did
get
talk
pictures once in a
about
while.
the rarity between the 250 and the 305.
Yeah.
And
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a rare Honda.
also true.
True.
But the 250s were like earlier on. You're only going to find those earlier in like this when in the first runs. Most of, in fact, for a while it came out as a 250. And in fact, you can actually, if you're really careful, you can find a 250 Honda Dream Scrambler.
That's right.
What?
Yeah, look for it. You'll find a high pipe Honda Dream Scrambler.
Yep. And, that was, and I still don't know to this day whether that was a dealer kit or if that was an actual production-based model, because they are as rare as rocking horse shit.
And I'm sure at some point you could get a 250 or a 305 at some point.
Right. Yeah.
But then it just devolved into the 305, and then they made a bajillion of the 305.
Bajillion. And so this Dream CS71, and John's absolutely right, early as piss, 1958.
Damn.
Okay. And to also, this is a picture of one for $10. That's, you talk about rare. That's fucking rare. But yeah, it was called the CS71, right? And they are fucking rare. And I have not seen one in human person.
Seen them a couple times down in Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, in Mid-Ohio. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I've not seen one in person. I saw one that I thought was one, but it was a 305 with high pipes on it.
There, Matt Davidson, are you learning something fucking now?
Wah, wah.
So let me tell this story real quick.
Oh, no. There we go. No, winterizing bullshit.
No, and I think what his argument was that we could tell a winterization every fucking year.
Just one time.
One time, right? One time. And so we'll leak some winterization onto you eventually. Now, if you're in a place like Wyoming where it's already snowing sideways,
that implies that we do anything but exactly what we want to do in this podcast.
Exactly,
Right.
That's also true. But I do think that the release of the Dream 250 was bloody fucking early, and the release dates of the 305 was long, and that's big. That's the reason why.
Like you figure the earliest Super Hawk you can get is a 61.
Right, exactly.
Which I don't know if they came out with the Super Hawk or the Dream, the 305 Super Hawk or the 305 Dream.
Ooh, I think the Dream was first.
So if you're talking a 250, it's probably like 60 or earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that, I think, would account for the rarity. I think that would, just because of the limited run of the number of years it was available. And I really do believe that, of course, they made so many 305 Dreams. So many Dreams. And
they made a shit ton of 250s, though. You would be surprised how many 250s are out there, even though they were only made for a little bit. Yep. They made a ton.
Well, Honda didn't make a small number of any of them. That was the whole thing.
And I don't know how long they made them. They may have started making them in the late, end of the 50s into the 60s.
Yeah, which is funny because
I think for a time they were selling them both for a while.
I'm on this national locator, and they're saying that that a bike called the Dream existed in 1972. But what I'm realizing is it was just called the Dream when it was really a CB250 K4.
Well, they called the CB750 was a Dream.
A Dream, exactly. That's exactly right.
They're all a dream to me.
They're all a dream to me. Yep. And so that's a bike that was probably carried on in the Asian market for a really, really long time, but didn't get carried on a lot in the U.S. market. And, there's also, you get into that Bentley thing too, where people get into the Bentley discussion. And when you are looking at the Dream family, and that's anything with a stamped steel frame. And, that stamped steel frame, whether it was a 160, the 250, the 305, I'm trying to think of.
Bentley was, though, a sports bike.
It was
meant to be a sports bike, and it did have a stamp, but those were also small displacement. Those were... I think started as 125s and then were later 150s. You can get a 125 or 150.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah. And the Bentleys, that's a thing that people really, really go out of their way to be like, oh, I've got a Baby Dream. And they'll be like, no, I don't have a Baby Dream. I got a Bentley.
That's not a Bentley.
Right. So, well, that one happens to be a Bentley.
That's a Bentley.
Yeah, that's a Bentley. Yep.
If you go back earlier, like the early Bentley with the weird seat on it and everything, that's what I call it.
Isn't that what Nick just got at Mid-Ohio?
Yeah.
Or you picked it up and took it. Yeah.
Like the Bentley Racer.
Well, there were a number. There's so many different iterations. God bless their heart for being Honda and offering them a lot of different ways. But there was the Bentley police bike. So they did for a lot of markets they did a Bentley CA95, and that's the police seat on it.
Might have to get my phone.
So that's a particular.
That's a handsome fucker.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of hate in that bike right there. Yep. But when you're looking at this, so there's your street right there. There's your sport bike, your cafe racer.
That's the one I'm talking about.
That's exactly right. And that is still stamped steel frame. It's just a different gas tank on it. Still has the softened.
What year is that?
Good question, John. Let's find out. I'm going to go ahead and throw the picture up to the screen so we can all appreciate it. All right. Let's share it with the whole class.
That one is sexy. It's got a different tank too. It's got like a squarer tank. It looks like.
All right. Share that with the whole
Toastery tank.
And that's the thing. So this had this. If you see the bike, there's your standard model, right? And then there's your sports model. And that had the very first Ducati hurt you in the testicles gas tank.
Yeah. I remember that tank.
And there's the Super Sport.
Yeah.
Yep.
The pipes, man.
Yep. So there is a wackadoodle of 125cc up to 250cc Honda Street Twins. And the good news is, they do kind of follow the format with the CB, and I know it's not actually city bike, but it doesn't hurt to do that. But the 175, and you can just kind of go through the lineage and
Damn.
boy, not just a Honda Rebel, but a Honda Rebel with scroll work on the gas tank.
Yeah.
Such a limited edition, such a valuable and rare bike. So it really is. I believe that when we're talking about bikes of that generation, of that particular ilk, Honda did let their marketing department go with it, because they did have cafe racer versions, they had clubman versions, they had scrambler versions, and they made kits and they sold them as complete units. So they came both ways. You could get one set up in any configuration. That's pretty cool.
Look how long the front fender is, like almost down to
Yeah.
the middle of the wheel.
Yeah. Yep. And if you saw the Dreams all had the notoriously fat, chunky, flared fender.
Yeah.
So those are all the I want to be a police bike when I grow up fenders. Yep. And they
That are hard to find. The bottom isn't squished up.
yes, because the curbs exist on planet Earth. Yep. Because driving down off a curb usually nerfs them pretty fucking badly. But
Yeah, I like the CB92.
CB92. Yep.
Bentley Sport 1959.
Yep.
Even my S65 in there, rear front fender.
That's the one right there. And you're right about that front fender. That front fender goes on for days.
It's got a nose to it.
Yeah, that is a pre-schnabel schnabel.
Well, you got to get the ones that have the seat with the bump stop on the back.
Yeah. And that, I'm sure if we look at that, that's the one right there.
Oh.
Yeah. So the trick is that's called the race kit. So when you see that seat and you see that tank, that's an aftermarket item.
Was that a
sold
fiberglass tank
through
or was
the dealer?
that a metal tank?
No, I thought it was plastic or fiberglass tank.
You're on the tip of my knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a Dream. I have a 50 Dream with the Cafe Racer kit. That's a dealer supplied kit from 1962 that I own, that has the plastic gas tank and it has the high pipes and all that fun stuff.
Neat.
So I've got one of those hiding around somewhere. But if you went to the dealership and you said, give me all the cool parts, this is what you ended up with,
Interesting.
Pretty fucking cool,
You know what? You're riding that bike, and yeah, it's a little 125.
Oh, it's a little tiny bike.
But it's 1959.
Right.
And look at your competition.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay. So
exactly
there's a
right.
much bigger Harley Davidson over here, but it leaks oil like a motherfucker. It's only got the kick starts. I think these had electric starts.
They did. Yep.
And you're bulletproof. Up to 10,000 RPMs.
It really is. I mean,
Oh, look at that little,
yeah.
that little fairing.
Yeah, this is the thing. And I was like, when we talk about where Honda was, now, this is the race bike, okay? So that's the actual proper 1961 race bike. That's the one that was on the racetrack and the whole shoot match, 125cc, GP motorcycle racing. And this is the one that when they made the Dream 50,
Yeah, that was okay.
40 years later,
That was the.
this is the
homage.
bike that This was the origin. This was the original, as opposed to the later edition.
A dude on the vintage motorcycle group on Facebook.
Yep.
Went to an auction last weekend and they sold one of those, the homage ones, in a crate. Like they found an uncrated one. And
The,
No, that's not even surprising. that's
the H is silent.
homage.
Like the P in Swimming.
that's not even surprising, Sleepy, because a lot of people bought those just because they're like, I'm just buying this because it's super rare and
Oh,
it's a
gotcha.
thing.
So they just
And
stored it.
there's probably a lot of them that got bought and left in the crate.
So the Dream 50. There's a guy that I know.
The cool thing is you can buy that tank. I saw a place at one point that was selling that tank for like $120.
Yep.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep. And there's a reason
And you
for
could
that.
throw it like right on a CB 160 and make it look just like
Right. So this is the Dream 50. And so the Dream 50 disc brakes front and rear.
You know what's interesting is that they actually used a stand-up motor and not
Well,
the
yeah,
fucking lay down
because
50.
that's
like, you know.
because this little motor's several thousands of RPMs.
20,000
Right.
RPM.
Yeah, it's
Dual
a
overhead
little
cam.
monster motor, right? And so this is definitely one of those things that when they came out with this bike years and years and years later, and I'm gonna guess that the MSRP on that thing was over $7,000. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, for a 50cc bike, $54.99.
Damn.
Yeah, $54.99.
And how many years ago?
A long time ago.
So that's like 10 grand
Yeah.
years ago.
Well, you say a long time ago, but that about 10 years ago, maybe 15.
1998. 24 years ago.
God, it seems like just yesterday I was looking at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember when they came
but think
out.
about it. So in 98, $6,000 was like 15 grand.
Yeah.
Like
24
that was
years
a
ago?
lot of money.
Yeah.
You could have got, in 98. So in 2000, I bought a ZX7 for $6,500 brand.
No, these when they came out, they were super special. Like had to be like a money race guy that really wanted like to have this super.
I'm just
exotic
saying though,
little-
for a 50cc bike, I literally bought a ZX7R
Yep.
for like $6,500.
Right.
New out the
Brand new out the
But
door.
I don't know what their top speed is. I don't remember what the top speed is. but
50.
it's- Yeah,
Yes, 50.
Still, I mean, yeah.
it's not even close to being
Yeah,
respectable.
it's 50. I rode him. This guy that we know had a stable of them, and he had a couple that were street legal and a couple that were track legal only, and a couple that had been breathed on a little bit here and there and everywhere. And I got to ride him around, and what I can tell you is,
Look, it was all about the looks.
it would have needed a 10-speed transmission to be able to get everything out of that 50cc motor and keep it, to keep it where it wants to rev. And
Dude on the Tomos 2-speed's like passing you, and you're like, oh.
yeah, I was kind of, I didn't want to hurt his bike, and I was like, 'cause he's bigger than I am, and I was like, I'm not going to hurt this bike. I know how rare it is. And he's like, look, I got 6 of them. This one's a good daily rider. Take it out. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I rode it around his business. I rode it around his parking lot. He goes, no. You got to take it to Redline.
Damn.
And I was like, I really don't want to do that. And I did. And I took it out to Redline, and it's still, it was still
You were
50
like,
miles an hour.
still don't get it.
Yeah, 49 cc's, man. Sometimes there's no replacement for displacement. But that's the thing. And that's, and that's really what it
is that
was.
a twin 50?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they're tiny little fucking.
Well, it's a single with 4 valves. So it's twin exhaust valve, twin intake valve.
Okay,
Right.
okay,
That's the right way to
Oh.
configure it. Yeah. That's the right way to say it. It's not a twin cylinder. It's a twin exhaust port, twin.
Yeah.
It's like all the RVPC motors or
Sure.
RV
RV
FC
FC. Yeah. Yeah. Radial
radio 4
4
valve
valve RFV.
single cam.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So
But that's not a single cam. That's
no,
a dual
this
cam.
is a super dual cam. But they did this. What the fuck was that thing called? Was it a Sky Team? Is that what I'm thinking?
Oh, yeah. They have one.
Yeah,
that
you
looks
know
like
what? I really kind of feel like Matt Davidson's getting too much of his money's worth here.
Matt
Let's just change out. Let's read some more hate mail.
Do we have another one? Yeah.
Fuck Matt Davidson. Let's go on to something.
Send a real video
That's
next
it,
time.
Matt. We're cutting you off, Bill.
He put us right in his fucking pocket,
Right on.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Send some more pictures and then we'll think about
Send
it.
the video and then we'll see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Sky Team Ace. I remember that.
Yeah. So that's, now this though this is not a dual overhead cam 20,000 RPM motor. No. This is a fucking push rod 125. Yep. So, call Team Slow because this ain't going to be real fast.
It's got to be faster than 50 mile an hour.
It is. It is probably going to be faster than 50 miles an hour, but I can also tell you that nobody's ever got super excited about a push rod 125. And, this is definitely all talk and no hot wax. I mean, it looks the business. It looks the deal, right?
I've got an XL 100 motor that'll go right in there.
That would be a thing. That would be a real, I think that's a real good use of somebody's time. I think that really is to remotor a Sky Team or a Sky Team Ace. That to me feels like a good spot where you could get a little real fizzy motor in there. Get some kind of super happy 4 valve 125 in there. from insert name of anybody, Kawasaki.
Or stick a 2-stroke 125 like a dirt bike motor.
And also, why not?
Right.
Why not? There's no reason not to get funky with it. And again, it's a Chinese bike. So like once you find somebody who's like can crack the seal and say like, I'm going to bring in a dozen of these. Cool. I'm in.
I give you $800.
Right. Yeah. Here's my $1,000 or whatever. Yeah. Bring in 8 of them. Bring in a dozen of them. I don't give a fuck. And then you could do all kinds of kooky projects with it. Right. Because there's tons and tons of stuff out there. There are fun little motors that fit in all kinds of cool shit. Right. And you can play around with stuff like that. So anyway, but that's the whole thing about when we talk about something that's an original, this photo kind of does a good job of showing you the similarities between, the SkyTeam Ace and the actual Honda. And that's, certain things China's very capable of copying. And this is one of them. It's not that cutting edge that you can't copy it. So that's pretty decent, and this is funny because this one right here is the Honda Dream 50. But in the background, that's an actual twin cylinder.
Yeah.
That's a 2-cylinder motor. Look at those giant, ridiculous overhead cams. So I'm wondering what's happening back there.
The race bikes of the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. That's a real proper...
Let's build a 5-cylinder 125.
Yes.
Damn.
There's no shortage of bad ideas. So that's, and that's that era. That's that look of those very, very early Honda 60s race bikes that is so attractive and always will be. It will never stop being sexy. No matter what the fuck it is, and they look beautiful.
Look up an RC 166.
Yeah, that is the one. The RC 166 is the bike.
Oh, yeah.
That is a 6-cylinder.
Alan Milliard built one from scratch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a 6-cylinder motorcycle that only has 250 cc's. And so when you've got 6 cylinders that's only pushing down 250 cc's, that's fucking amazing. I mean, that's amazing by anybody's goddamn standards.
And it's beautiful.
It's
like
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
It is fucking gorgeous.
You got pipes for days.
It does have pipes for days.
Word.
Yeah. And
I like the air-cooled drum brakes with the fucking scoops and everything.
Oh, yeah.
There is not a single component on that motorcycle that to me looks wrong.
Nope.
Like everything about that bike looks wrong. Beautiful. Or everything about it looks perfect. And even the team colors to have the yellow banner and then the green bullseye for the race class, being the green field with the white number, it still looks fucking great.
Yeah, it's weird that those colors work that well.
And if you ever want to go on a really fun deep dive, type in RC166 Honda copy or Honda clone, and then see all of the things people have done to build their version of that. And there are plenty of 1,000cc homages to the RC166, including my favorite, which is done with an actual 6-cylinder CBX. So to do it with a CBX motor is one of my absolute, that was a hell of a leap you made there, but you did it. And here's the
6 is better than 2.
Oh, every single day of the week, right? And yeah, to do a 6-cylinder RC166 with 1,000 cc's, 1,047 cc stock.
And he even did the exhaust, like all.
He did everything. He did it right.
Yeah.
He did it exactly the way that you should do it. There you go. I mean, come on. What's not to like about that? I suppose 130 horsepower, 450 pounds. Hurspurs, more Hurspurs.
That'll get your cockles moving.
It will get your cockles moving. And I'm sure with 6 carburetors and 6 straight exhaustuses, it sounds pretty good too, right? Yeah, probably sounds pretty awesome.
Gotta give her the beans.
So, but yeah, I really dig that idea of if you're going to take a CBX, yeah, there you go. And now you can't do anything to a CBX because it would be considered to be blasphemy. More mail.
Do we got another head mail?
Let me see. I got something standby.
I think if you
Suck it, Pete
didn't want to
Davidson.
get beat up, if you did something to a CBX and you didn't want to get beat up by some purist, you'd have to take like credentials showing that it was like a wrecked bike. You know what I mean? Then you're okay.
Let's see. I'm going to go back to
Go back.
Oh, tech tip.
Just a
I don't know. You guys tell me if we covered this, but dumb tech question that does not require a rush reply. Is there an actual rule of thumb for adjusting chain tension on a bike with a center stand when the manual specifically says to adjust it on the side stand?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about that in podcast 150. And so when we download that, just make sure you listen to it.
But I would also, if I had to say that, every bike can have a center stand if you lean the bike against a wall. So if you want to unload a bike off the side stand and see what it'd be like, just fucking lean the bike against a wall or have a helper.
We can yank our dicks about tightening your chain all fucking day long.
All day long.
But here's what it is. It's a crapshoot.
It is.
You tighten your chain up. You get on the bike. You bounce it up and down. You check it a little bit. Oh, you know what? That feels too tight. Loosen it the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it.
Everything comes down to
the design of
the length of your swing arm.
If you're riding the bike and you start hearing the chain like rattling, you'll kind of know when it's a little too loose.
Yeah.
Or you'll go and you'll touch it and you'll be like, holy shit, there's a fuckload of play in it.
Use your fingies.
Well, take some of that fuckload of play out.
Yes.
Damn.
Absolutely.
And see, the problem is if you do tighten it too much and say you go to your friend's house and then you both get on your bike and then you're both bigger guys, then you're going to know that your chain's too tight.
Get your wife or whatever you're doing and whomever you're doing.
Yeah.
Sit on your bike and have them give can you see if that chain's too tight or not? Give them,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can make a tool. How about a tool
load it up.
where I can sit on the bike and I got a stick and I can oh look at that. I can feel my chain while I'm sitting on my bike.
So your tool is a stick?
Don't look at that man over there. He's feeling his chain off.
No, I can't Oscar, I can't use that tool for it.
Oh, it's not that long?
No, I just don't want to get it wound up in the chain.
Didn't.
Holy
Got him.
The discussion about gear indicators. We did get.
Yeah, we did. I think
we did cover that. But
I know I'm not allowed to say this. Did you say queer indicator?
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't see you over the bright light shining above your head. Your queer indicators on.
Yeah, thank you.
So this guy, Dave says, I bought a CB700 SC as his first bike in college. That goddamn gear indicator ruined me for years. I never learned to pay attention to what gear I was in. I started doing track days on an SV650 and had to completely relearn how to pay attention. I gotta say, yes, if you get raised on an 80s Suzuki and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a neutral light lit up, you will become addicted to that thing. You will look at it and you'll be like, I'm in 4. Whatever that means. But then you take it away and people act like they've become blind all of a sudden. Oh, I didn't know what gear I was in. Well, were you in?
You mean I have to keep track in my head?
How about if you just don't? How about if you just do this?
Just listen to the fucking motor. Yeah.
You need a less gear.
Yeah.
Or how about this?
Right.
Well, can't go up anymore. I'm in 6th.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh yeah, a lot of my motorcycles would have a 9th gear. If every time I asked for one, it gave me one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Many of my motorcycles.
That's the
In
thing,
fact,
I don't-
that Zero I rode home last night, that'd be up to about a 12-speed by now, because I kept asking for more gears, and the Zero kept going. I have one gear, you dumbass.
Yeah.
that's
I'm
why
a
I don't
one-gear
like.
bike.
That's why I don't like listening to music while I'm running. I pay attention to the fucking motor and how everything else is sounding, and that's the gearing is one of them. It's just like, okay, if it sounds over revved, go to the fucking next one.
Isn't that?
I feel it. I can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
My dentist the other day said, "Can you tell me why? Tell me why? Can you tell me why they have such loud fucking sound systems on Harley Davidsons?" And I was like,
To drown out their shit.
It's a battle between the exhaustuses and the
I personally
the
just
Leonard
think
Skinner.
They just want you to know what they like. That's all it is.
But it is, you have to make your music louder than your exhaust. And like Oscar says, you're absolutely right. Because one, half of the Harley Davidsons I own don't have tachometers. Right? It'd be useless anyway because the thing revs out to about 4,900 RPM. So fuck that. By the time you're getting anywhere, it's time to shift anyway. So just get to top gear, whatever that is, as quickly as you can and turn down the fucking music, because that's the thing, is the fucking music is drowning out the already too loud pipes.
Well, so yesterday when I was riding my 80 Suzuki, staring at the number 5 as I was riding home because it showed me 5. I told you guys before the thing.
Yeah.
But I came on the highway. I came upon 2 Harley-esque people.
You did. You said that you came across
with their
2
vests.
gentlemen that were patched up.
You just said came like 4 times.
He did say came a lot.
I came multiple times.
Came,
Right.
I came.
Yeah.
I came.
So, but anyways, I came up on these guys and they wouldn't let me
came.
pass.
Still won't let it go.
Yeah, they would not let me pass.
I dare you to say I approached them.
From behind, I did. So
As you were going gaily forward.
I was.
Proceed gaily forward.
But they would not let me pass. And then they switched in front of me in lanes, and then they switched back. And so I actually had to get off the highway just to avoid whatever fucking conflict. So as I said, I got home and I Googled, Harley guys not letting you pass. And apparently, when you're in a 1% club or something, you have to get permission. They have to wave you by if they're going to let you pass.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I know.
Such bullshit.
That's only if I'm 2 things. Outmotored and outgunned.
Well, I think I was
right?
outmotored. My Suzuki's
Turn
not.
that 5 into a 3.
Right, exactly. Turn that 5 into a 3, and let's explore
Grab
that.
hold of all she's got.
Let's explore that 10,000 RPM for a second.
Yeah.
Let's see what 10,000 RPM on an 850cc 4-cylinder does against 2,000 cc's, right?
Yeah.
A potato.
And 2,000
Shooting
pounds.
potatoes.
Yeah,
and
2,000
1,000
pounds.
Right, and the wrong side of 1,000 pounds. I'd say go for it.
They were,
Right.
they were.
And then you know what? If they catch you, tip of the hat.
Well, here's the thing.
Fuck, I'd gone right between them. Fucking yeah.
Crisscross applesauce, baby. Fake left, go right. Yeah, that's it. Juke right.
gotta juke him, yeah.
Juke
No,
right. When he
honestly,
goes, on the other side.
Sleepy,
3 gears go.
you avoided stupid.
Yeah.
You
Right.
did the right thing.
You
Yeah,
did.
true.
You
Well,
did avoid
I
stupid.
only did that because I was on a bike I didn't think could outrun them. If I was on
that's
any
right.
of my other bikes,
Right.
I would have just done exactly what
You
you
gave
said.
him a healthy dose of Africa Twin.
Or Z9 Hot, whatever. something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it the silver Susie or the blue one?
Silver.
Yeah.
Oh, the silver would have taken.
I think so too.
I do too.
It
I do
will
too.
do the
I
ton,
do
but
too.
that's
Yeah.
about all it's going to do. Maybe.
I can tell you,
You'd have been fine.
if they were riding a 103 or a 108, that they're going to get tops is 120, right?
That's 10, 20 more than I have.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
But
there you go.
let me
Yep.
explain, though. It wasn't like on a lonely road.
And
where-
what are they going to do once they catch up to you at 100 mile an hour?
I don't know.
Right,
They were
yeah.
being douchebags to begin with.
Flip you off?
But there was also
Yell at you.
traffic, so I wasn't able to like just
And that's true too. Yeah.
cruise
Yeah,
over to a
yeah.
lane.
No, he did the right thing.
You did the right thing.
It was on the way, like where you go.
I know you did the right thing.
Harley Davidson Street Glide, 105 miles per hour.
105?
Top speed.
Yeah.
Top speed.
You did the right thing by avoiding stupid.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But
There
I
you
just
go.
did.
Two of them.
But did you ever hear of that before? I
Never
knew
heard of
was a
that
thing.
before. Would have never thought.
The fastest
Would have been
Harley
infuriated.
Davidson.
If it happened to me, I don't know what I would have done.
Well, you're big enough too that like you could be.
I'm not big
intimidated.
enough for a guy with a gun, though.
No, exactly.
True.
No, a little tiny pussy guy with a gun is going to fucking sort me right out.
But
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing for sure. I probably would have passed him some way, somehow.
Yeah.
True.
The
Now
fastest.
I'm feeling guilty. You're making me feel.
No, don't feel guilty.
No, you did the right thing. All right. For you.
The fastest Harley Davidson.
For a pussy, hey.
You're doing all right.
Well, I would have done the stupid thing.
Yeah. Well, usually
And I may have
would.
ended up in a lot of fucking shit. But
Yeah. The fastest Harley Davidson, the FXDR 114. It's one of them newfangled Harley Davidsons. It has nothing to do with any Harley Davidson you're aware of. Apparently 160 miles per hour.
What?
That's impressive.
It's so impressive. I think they're lying.
Who's riding a
Harley
jockey?
Davidson
A
would
jockey?
never lie to you.
I know, and that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I do kind of think that, yeah. I think that might be, I think there might be a lot going on there.
Is that GPS or is that from the Benelli's?
Well,
Right. Yeah.
Maybe there
so
was-
it says, according to this, the FXDR 114 has 90 horsepower. While this,
No way it's going 160 miles.
I know, and so while this certainly makes the FXDR 114 a formidable beast out on the road, it still isn't comparable to the most heavy-duty models on the market, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the FXDR can achieve a top speed of around 160 miles per hour. And 120s around 160, just like, 200s around 160.
If you're 100
You have
pounds
40
wet-
miles either way, you're probably okay. Just the law of averaging.
Did they have a dustbin fairing on it?
I think the magic thing about this number is it was achieved on a dynamometer. I just don't think that the bike actually went to 160
I mean,
miles
physics.
per hour.
I don't know how you'd hold on to that without any fairings or anything on it at 160 miles an hour.
I totally agree with you on that one.
Front facing or foot forward seating position with
Right.
Oh, fuck.
your parachute body just holding you back. That'd be
Sure,
insane,
yeah.
dude.
I totally agree. Yep. 1,868 cc's. So, yeah. So, 114 cubic inches is 180.
And it only gets
1,868.
90, so it basically gets a half mile per hour per cc.
It really does. It gets a half horsepower.
Or half
One half horse per cc.
That's terrible.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing about getting 100 horsepower out of a liter bike, right? That's kind of an industry standard. You have 500 cc's, you get 50 horsepower.
My 900 has 108
Oh, of course, yeah.
or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
Pretty close to it.
because it's not from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Right.
Right. They math differently. And also it's all about, diesels don't make as many RPMs as other things. So that's what they do. So anyway, but I'm very suspicious of the 160 mile per hour stated or reported top speed of that motorcycle. Very, very suspicious. So yeah, anyway, I got to find out what the top speed of a Harley Davidson Road King is.
It's like 70.
Well, no, because I have gotten the motorcycle to top
90?
speed. I concur. Yeah, I concur. I've had the bike go. I've had my Road King at 110 indicated miles per hour, and I was pushing on the handlebars. I was behind the windshield pushing on the handlebars, and it would not go any faster.
I would just look at your gas gauge. If I've got about a half a tank of gas, open the throttle wide open, pass those motherfuckers up, and just stay on it.
Yeah. It's the honor system. Get honor, stay honor.
Even if they
right?
kind of keep up with you, or they're not going to.
But you have to understand, I was kind of confused on what the fuck was going on.
I get
Like
you.
I'm driving home, I had a
two guys,
nice time with my friends. We talked a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, I got to do this for work tomorrow, and all of a sudden I go to pass these guys, and the dude gets in front of me and brakes, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Last thing you need is some aggro bullshit.
Right, and that's exactly right. Yeah, that's 100% true.
I don't know. Maybe I would have just been like, you know what, whatever.
Okay.
I don't feel like fucking with stupid today.
Yeah, and that's
Kinda
the
the way I
thing.
felt
Right, and apparently that's a rule. And I'd like to complain to the Ohio Motorcycle Safety Foundation for not including that rule.
Oh, did you found the, yeah, there you go. All right, what does it say? Why?
Why? Because
Wait, what is the question that they're
the question is, why should you never pass a 1%er motorcycle member? I ride for fun and get from point A to point B. Today, I almost passed a Vagos member because he was going slower in the lane over. Anyway, but the long and short of, of course, being that it is Quora, you'll get everything in the world except for the answer. So anyway, so that's completely useless information. Again, everyone's giving their anecdotal information.
Okay, but other people had this problem. So this is the thing. Like, it's like I just found a thing that told you that you can't do it.
Well, like if you told me, am I allowed to pass a funeral? I'd say no, because that's in the fucking Ohio driver's guide. It says not to pass a funeral procession, right?
Well, this is in the unwritten.
Right, and I would say, am I allowed to pass an ambulance? No, you're not allowed to pass an ambulance. A fire truck, police car, you're not supposed to pass these things, right?
Allowed to pass a fat guy in a fucking cut-off leather jacket.
Exactly. But the fucking state of Ohio does not have an opinion. They do not have a take on a fat guy in a cut vest, no helmet, right? Putting his hand out as though to block you.
Right.
He's on a motorcycle too.
Yeah, that's the way.
Right.
And the thing is, like I said, it was night.
Right.
And that road is not illuminated.
Yeah.
So they just saw a single headlight. They couldn't tell if I was a Harley, if I was a vintage, but they didn't know what the fuck
They're
I was
just assholes.
Well, I think it's funny that in this bullshit Quora article, after, 16 pages of wasted bandwidth, not one person gives the goddamn answer.
Right.
Right? So what does that tell you the answer is? There is no fucking answer. Yeah. The guy wants to call himself God's gift to fucking motorcycles and say you can't pass them. It's up to you whether or not you pass them.
True.
Right? Yeah.
Fucking sleepy.
There you go, man. No, well, and again, you did the right thing. You avoided the conflict, right? And I don't know how slow they were going.
60,
Yeah, well,
65.
yeah. There you go.
Like I wasn't going. I was doing like 70, 72.
Right.
And I was gaining on him, so I just moved into the other lane and tried to go around, and that didn't happen.
You were proceeding gaily forward.
Exactly.
You were
As
doing
I
what your
approached them
motorcycle
from
says to do
behind, yeah.
in the owner's manual. Right. So that's what it says in my Honda manual. Proceed gaily forward.
Right.
So yeah, I don't see you could have a problem. Chris Smith brought to my attention earlier today this strange thing that's happening, and we don't talk too much about politics here.
And I can have confirmed he does have a joke.
Good to know.
Cool.
Good to know. So apparently there's been an insane number.
rash.
There's been a rash of Russian oligarchs, etc., falling out of windows.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you what.
I had a meeting with Putin and I fell out a window.
If you're a Russian millionaire, ranch house from now on. First things first. You're one floor living.
Ground floor,
Ground
yeah.
floor
No
apartments
helicopter.
only.
No elevators for you, hombre.
So let's just go through this list
This is fucking hilarious.
of the depopulation of people that are friends of Putin or not so friends.
and a lot of them
Who
for
gets their money?
You know who does? The person that gave it to him.
the state. It reverts back to the
Okay,
state.
so you do know there is that whole thing. The contract with Putin deal was like, I'm going to make you a hojillionaire if you play by my rules, but if you stop playing by my rules, I'm taking the hojillions back. Right? You don't get to keep there's no parting gifts.
You lose the jillions, you're just a hoe.
You're right.
there's no parting gifts.
I'm going to fuck the names up. I don't care. Leonid Shulman, in the Leningrad Oblast residences, he's found in his bathroom with a suicide note next to his body. That was nice. They wrote a note. Head of transport at Gazprom Investments.
Gazprom. So just count the number of Gazprom.
All right, fair enough. Alexander Tulikov, he was found in his garage. Suicide note found on his body. Yay, that's good. Executive at Gazprom. Mikhail Watford, in his residence in Surrey, so he's living in the UK, he's living in England. British authorities have not found any evidence of a crime. He's a Ukrainian-born Russian billionaire. And he's a guy, too, that spoke out quite liberally, quite freely against Vladimir Putin in a few interviews.
Found in his garage again?
Vasily Meinikov, was found in his Novgorod. He was found in his apartment. Suicide, and his wife and two sons were found dead beside him. It doesn't say suicide note or anything else. It just says that wife and sons found dead beside him.
They also suicided.
He was the owner of
Two
MedStorm.
gunshots back on that.
Of MedStorm. So he's the owner of MedStorm. They were both suicide. Right. right.
Twice
I
on
was
the back
going to
of the
say,
head,
right. Yeah, they were suicide by stabbing. Right.
Well, after the guy
13
suicided,
times.
13 times, yeah.
He shot his sister after
Vladislav Aveyev, in his Moscow luxury apartment. Wife and 13-year-old daughter found dead beside him. Ooh. Former vice president at Gazprom Bank. Oh boy.
What did this Gazprom?
Gazprom is the
Gas and
the
oil.
monopoly that is the one-way valve between Russia's supply of natural gas and oil to all of Europe.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So these are the people that probably said we should leave the valves open, right? And somebody went,
Yeah.
right. Anyone else want to leave the valves open? Anyone else's families want to leave the valves? Sergei Protasenya. He was found in his garden in Spain. He was hanged from a handrail. The wife and daughter were found dead in their beds with blunt axe hits and stab wounds. Former executive at Novatech. Once again, I don't think he went out and bludgeoned his wife and daughter to death, and then after bludgeoning them to death, hanged himself from a rail.
Right.
That sounds
Well,
legit.
I think
That
he was
seems
probably
legit.
pleasuring himself hanging from the rail, and then
Yeah.
they just happened to kill
They
themselves.
did a
at the
David
same time.
Carradine.
He did a David Carradine, yeah. Or is that Michael Carradine? I can't remember. Andre
Hutchison.
Yes, right.
In
In excessive masturbation. Okay. Andrei Krukovsky, he was in Russia. He fell off a cliff while hiking. Manager of Estadok Krasnaya Poliana ski resort owned by Gazprom. So even if you own the ski resort that Gazprom owns, you just fell off a cliff.
It happens.
Okay, here we go. Alexander Subotin. He was in the Moscow Jamaican shaman's basement. We got to unpack that. Yeah. Reportedly died from a drug-induced heart attack during a shamanic ritual, although critics alleged toad poison.
That sounds like
he was a board member at Lukoil.
Sounds like
I can understand that one.
The Clinton's hitless.
Yuri Ivanovov was in his own pool with a gunshot wound to his head and a pistol found next to his body. He's the CEO of Astra Shipping, a subcontractor to Gazprom. I'm not making this up.
No,
We're 12 names in, and they're all from fucking Gazprom almost. Dan Rappaport, now this guy is in D.C., he apparently fell out of his apartment window.
I was in the shower and I slipped out the window.
He's a Latvian-born Russian businessman and an outspoken critic of Putin, and he fell from his apartment window.
Whoops.
It was his first floor apartment too.
No screens?
Ravil Maganov died in Moscow, hospitalized for heart problems. And then fell out of a hospital window. Chairman of Russia's Lukoil giant and an outspoken Putin critic. Oh my God. Ivan Petron, I assure you there's only 2 more of these. Washed up 60 miles from Vladivostok. He drowned at Cape Ignatiev, Vladivostok. Body found in 2 days later. He fell from his boat. An aviation director for Russia's Far East and Arctic Development Corporation. He just fell off a boat.
Natalie Wood style.
Vladimir Sungorkin, he was found in the village of Rashino in Russia, apparently suffocated on his way to lunch. He's the editor-in-chief of the Russian state newspaper, the one that was
shitting
Pravda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying.
It happens.
I'm not saying.
Maybe that's the new TikTok trend of just jumping out of windows.
Right.
I don't know.
The new TikTok challenge. Let's see how close you can walk to the edge.
Do the fucking,
I
don't know, some stupid dance.
It would be, one, your ass isn't worth a nickel if you're a Gazprom executive right now. If you're a Gazprom executive, you are like wrapped in pillows. You are just duct taped with pillows everywhere you go. In fact, I wouldn't leave my bunker. Yeah.
And then the KGB comes by for a welfare check.
Yeah.
Sir, why do you have a parachute on? You live in a ranch.
That is.
I need one.
I mean,
That's
this
why.
is fucking ridiculous. And it's just, you're right. The number of people that fell from windows, like,
Where the hell's OSHA?
In the past-
going up there to say,
Look,
you guys are building this wrong.
since cars were invented, nobody's fallen from a window, right? You can count the number of people. The number of people that have fallen from a window and died in the city of Cleveland is like 7 since they invented windows.
Yeah.
Right?
Most of those were pushed.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I have an anecdote.
Yeah.
Those were all
no.
drunk college kids.
My wife's mother passed away.
Yeah. Did she fall out of a
My
window?
mother's attorney, who was handling everything for, before she died,
Yeah.
fell out of a window in La Crosse. He must have worked for the Russians.
Oh, it had to be a Russian.
oh, shit.
Absolutely.
That's their MO, I guess. I don't know.
Damn. I did want to know, I was very curious to know the guy who fell out of the window in D.C., right? Because it's D.C.,
US.
I mean, KGB and all those groups, they can get you
We
wherever
live
you are.
right around the corner from the Russian embassy.
Russian windows in it?
I mean, let's be clear on what the Russian embassy is all about. I mean, it's not.
Okay. I'm going to read you the facts. You make your own assumptions. According to the Metropolitan Police Department incident report, officers responding to a call about a jumper found the 52-year-old Rappaport's body on the sidewalk. He was wearing orange flip-flops, a black hat, and a cracked phone.
Yeah, no
Headphones, and $2,620 in cash, but no wallet or credit cards. The police say the case remains open. Yeah, no shit. They're waiting for a medical examiner's report. I'm going to say it was a quick drop and a sudden stop. That's it. But anyway,
Damn.
this is, and I'm dying to know. What they haven't told me yet is what floor he was on. I'm curious to know what fucking floor this guy lives on. because one of the reporters is like, look, man, none of this adds up. None of this adds up at all. But we do know that he was kicked out of Russia, and he's been living here in the United States, and he's kicked out of Russia in 2013.
Well, if it
He
wasn't,
thought he was safe.
well, if it was an Apple phone, it got cracked. It could have been the first floor. So it could have. So that couldn't be an indicator.
Well, what I was interested in is the fact that they said his hat was still on his head, and I've never owned a hat that good.
True.
Right.
True.
So that tells me it wasn't too many floors. If
true.
there's a lot of floors, that hat would have come right off. I don't think that was the deal. But anyway, it does not specifically tell us how many floors that was.
Don't look any more TikToks.
Oh man, I mean, this right now, and no, this isn't happening in the last 2 weeks where things have been going pretty bad for old Vlad.
Yeah.
He's had a tough 2 weeks. Nobody's ever been chewing on a shit sandwich as hard as he's been chewing on a shit sandwich for a long time. Lost more troops, lost more ground in the past 2 weeks than the Russian army's lost in the past 800 years. So he's had a bad day. He's had a bad week.
Well,
But-
then he met with the Zing, or however you say his name, from China.
Yeah.
And I think he called him out on stuff. Like, he said that he was unimpressed with his advances or something. Like, it was
What about his retreats?
Yeah, right. Retreats, spectacular.
Yeah.
But the long and short of it is, it's not a great time to be a friend of Putler. So tough time for him. That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. Back to dumb motorcycle shit. Here's a tip for people that are out there and enjoying their September riding and all that good shit. Give your tires one last look, people. Please give your fucking tires one last look. We've had 4...
Give your nuts a tug, too.
Yeah, give your fucking nuts a tug. I've had 4 bikes come in this week that had cords showing on their tires, where people are saying, I thought I'd just do it next spring.
I thought you were going to say like 8 PSI.
Well, that
another
was
one.
another, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Yeah. The guy that brought in the bike and he's like, I don't know what's up with the bike,
Feels
man.
weird.
It feels weird. It's strange. It's making, it's just not handling right. It was eight PSI, eight actual fucking PSI. You don't need a tire gauge, man. Just pump it up for a while and kick it. Just keep kicking it until it hurts your toe. It's probably okay. Better to ride on that than something that doesn't stub your toe. But the fucking cords, the number of bikes I've had this week with the cords showing through. But there might be an excuse for that. Try buying a fucking tire.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Try buying a fucking tire right now. Very rarely have I had Tire Rack reach out to me after I place an order and say, sorry, we don't have that. Yeah. Tire Rack doesn't have that. Parts Unlimited, sorry, man, we no gots. What size do you want? We don't got that. You want a 170 by 55 by 17 rear? Good luck, man.
Try a 21 non-dirt bike tire.
Exactly.
Right now, adventure bikes, they're a big market, but there's not that much for them.
Yep.
And there's limited amount of street tires for 21-inch wheels.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was trying to find new tires for my Africa Twin this year, I took Schenko 705s because it's all I could get.
That's all you could lay your hands on.
And just to your point exactly, 3 different places said they had them. I ordered them, and then I was all excited. Like, I got tires, and then I got the call in the morning. Oh, sorry, our website was miscommunicated.
Yes.
We didn't have the whole fucking So I finally got them from Rocky Mountain. And that was the only place.
Tucker Rocky. Tucker Rocky. Yeah. So today I had phone calls from Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida, and Florida, all motorcycle dealers asking me for literally a sheet of tires. Sure. I'm going to email you my wish list. Do you have any of these tires in stock? We will pay you to ship them to us. It's fucking ridiculous. And then today we got down, we had to order a tire for a guy's bike, and we went through all of the usual suspects. We eventually had to order him a battle axe. And the tire showed up today, and the fucking tire was dated 2017. A brand new tire with a 5-year-old date stamp on it.
That's no good.
That's no fucking
Piece
good.
of dog shit there.
And that's how bad the tire shortage is. And so please, guys, look at your fucking tires. It might be pretty hard for you to get your tire that you need. You might need to give yourself a few weeks to get it.
Oops.
Yeah, fucking cylinders of air you roll around on, baby. But I was very surprised to see that other dealerships are having a huge problem getting tires, and we're no exception. So we ordered a 24 tire order the other day. I got 3.
Dang.
Out of 24 tires ordered, I got 3 fucking tires. Now, you ride a bike, your California is a bike that has a voracious appetite for tires. And it's a weird fucking size.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, can I borrow that this weekend?
You sure can.
I'm not kidding.
I'm just going to do a lot of straight.
Well, I burned that tire up last year.
Yeah.
I put 4,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to take my wife for a ride.
There you go. That's a perfect bike for that. Yeah.
It's our anniversary, and
Yeah, you should do that.
What did I tell you before?
she wants to pretend I'm Ewan McGregor this time. He has
she'll be
one.
Charlie Boorman?
He has one of those.
He does have one of those. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's a perfect bike to borrow.
birthday.
The answer is
Peg.
yes.
Are you gonna?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
gonna take your
fantastic.
lightsaber with you?
Yeah. A special lightsaber.
Peggy.
my micro lightsaber.
But yeah, so guys, seriously, you may not be able to get overnight shipping on your tires. You may not be able to wait until Thursday to have a tire that you might need by Saturday. And
Well,
it's
and
slim
Phil's
pickings.
right. You know, they ship it to you right away, but it's a 5-year-old tire. It's like, fuck.
Yep.
You know, that's a piece of dog shit.
Yep.
So, you know, you got to be careful.
Yeah, and we had a bunch of people.
That would probably be the newest tire I owned.
We had a bunch of people contact us, and just, you know, in the neighborhood here in town, people have bikes that we don't traditionally work on. They're, you know, we're not a big Harley shop. That's not a lot of what we do. And their guys were like, yeah, well, I was told to call you by who? Harley Davidson. They never do that. Like, just to let you know, they never fucking do that. And I had 3 Dunlop Harley, you know, American Spirit. Yeah. Pride of America. But yeah, I had 3 Dunlop Harley tires, B16s that I had here, and I sold them all this week. So
Just so everybody knows, I took my headphones off, so
that's it. So it's all going to go.
my
to hell from
audio
here,
will probably
right?
go all to shit.
That's probably true. We did have one person that said, thank you very much. Dave King said, thank you for recapping the tire pressure sensor or the TPS reset discussion. My bike now feels smoother on the throttle, and he found some slop in the cables he wasn't aware of.
Nice.
And he said, look up a guy named Arto Nyquist. The Bike Life Urban Dirt Bike guys have got squatoosh on this guy. I particularly
What's that
enjoy
word?
his bit with the
Squatoosh.
clogs. And so we're not going to show this on the big screen. We're just going to let people know that you can go look up a fella by the name of Arto, A-R-T-O, Nyquist. And yeah. And so this is apparently back in the days when Kawasaki's had 6 cylinders.
Nice.
6 cylinders in a row.
My neighbor who owns one of those just asked me to come help him with it.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
That, and he wants me to help him with his ultralight aircraft, which is secreted in his basement somehow.
This is your new neighbor in Conneaut?
No.
Oh, no. Yeah. So this, if you do get a chance to watch this video, Arto, A-R-T-O, Nyquist, N-Y-Q-U-I-S-T. He's straight up riding a motorcycle while sitting backwards, looking over his shoulder. Velcro on his sneakers, too, his racing sneakers.
Those that suit doesn't look very protective.
I gotta say, this dude,
Balls of steel, dude.
circa 1979, is making the Starboys and making Street Outlaws look bad. Like, and this motorcycle weighs about 700 pounds.
yeah.
He took that bitch.
This is
right
an 80
up.
mile an hour wheelie. Yeah, he just put up a Kawasaki Z1300 at about 80 miles an hour, and he's moving now.
clocking it, yeah.
He is not going slowly.
Damn.
Yeah, I think right there he might be going about 100 miles an hour, maybe more.
What's the big flat thing on the front of that bike?
The speedometer.
Serving table?
It's the Speedo. Yeah, it is actually the Speedo housing. It's a chest of drawers on the front that they keep all the gauges and electronicals in. Fantastic. So again, I can't give enough props. Arto Nyquist, like NyQuil. And
Look at him bouncing.
Fuck yeah.
oh no, he's bouncing it up.
Yeah.
He's just getting his
Oh,
bye-bye
goes the
turn.
tail
There
light.
goes the tail light.
12 o'clock, that bitch.
12 o'clock, literally a 1300cc 6-cylinder motorcycle.
And he didn't have no fucking pussy scrape bar. He just
No,
blew
there's
out
no
the back.
wheelie bar.
Yeah.
No, he just is like, I'm going to destroy a $29 tail light. And he does. He just eats a
Fucking
$29
A.
tail
He'd go
light.
right past those one.
Oh, that is,
Boom.
and you know what? On that bike, that is over 12 o'clock. That back tire was off the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Well done, sport.
like he's got more
his
tail
pit
lights.
crew. His pit crew is wearing more safety gear than he is. He's wearing a nylon windbreaker.
But he's got enough
Did he just say,
pockets there.
"Yeah, motherfucker"?
You think he did? He said, "Cowie motherfucker." God bless
look
him.
at him.
Look at him go. All right, well, there you go. That's the thing. That's a hot tip. I think that's a great tip to go out on. He's from Finland. Oh, he's in the UK. He's at Sanapod Raceway. I think he's got clogs. He's got some fucking clogs
He
in his
said he
hand.
fancies club dancing.
He fancies club dancing. Oh,
wait
he's
a
going to take
minute.
off his Velcro shoes and put on clogs because he's Finnish.
Oh, he's getting off the
Oh,
bike.
this is the big finish.
Oh, he's got the clogs.
Oh, he's going to put on the
get off
clogs.
bike.
Oh, yeah.
There goes the wooden shoes. Yep. Oh yeah. So
You got to rock wheelies.
oh, I think I know what he's going to
way.
do.
I
is
know
he gonna
exactly what he's gonna
I
do.
think I know what he's going to
Dance on
do.
top of
I
the
know
fucking bike?
exactly what he's
John
gonna do.
knows exactly what he's going to do.
He's going to slide behind his own bike.
This isn't the
Oh, no.
first time I've seen this video.
That's cool.
He
Oh
mounted it.
my God! And on that, folks, I think
Are you sure
on that.
it's 79? Because it had a square front headlight.
Woof.
Were they ahead of the game?
Yeah, 79.
79 was first year they came out. Yeah, right.
So they
Yeah,
did the square headlight.
yeah.
Wait, we got to see the clog. The clog.
Okay, he's getting into 14th gear here. Yep, yep, yep. There you go. He's at speed. He's definitely at speed. Holy shit! This guy's fucking mental. Yep, he is. He's on his skate. He's on
yeah,
skates.
damn.
The dude is on wooden fucking clogs. At I'm gonna call it at least 70 miles an hour
At minimum.
at minimum.
Yeah.
Now he's got to get back
Jet
on.
skiing his
There
bike.
you go.
Oh my God!
Well,
you
the
know what?
Superman, damn.
He could not have done that without those enormous testicles. Yeah, that's it. He got the bounce off his balls to get him up on the seat. So that's it, guys. Everybody look up Arto Nyquist, Nyquist, on his Z1300 Kawasaki. Fuck yeah, dude! Ride fast and take chances on that. We are out of here, guys. Play us out. Oh, we have a joke. We have a joke. Chris Smith's got a joke.
I said he did.
Okay, I forgot about his joke. I was worried about getting his meat out of my fridge.
I don't know if you call head cheese meat,
Bill?
but okay.
Bill worked in a pickle factory. He'd been employed there for a number of years when he came home one day to confess to his wife that he had a terrible compulsion. He had an urge to stick his penis into the pickle slicer. His wife suggested that he see a therapist to talk about it, but Bill said he was too embarrassed and he would just he would get over it eventually. A few weeks later, Bill came home and his wife could see at once that something was seriously wrong.
Chips or sandwich slices?
What's wrong, Bill? She asked. Do you remember I told you about this crazy urge to put my penis into the pickle slicer? Oh, Bill, you didn't. I said, yeah, I did. Oh, God, what happened? He says, I got fired. No, I mean, what happened to the pickle slicer? Oh, she got fired, too.
Press that button. Press that button. That's a great joke.